64 behind the new DMV, or shop us online at AppliancesSuperstore.com. Remember, we make buying appliances easy at the Appliances Superstore.
At US Cellular, you can get one line for just $29.99 with unlimited data, which is good news for you, friendly hermit who shuns society and lives in a cabin all by himself.
Wow, thanks. You know, you'd be surprised how much data a hermit goes through.
Actually, I'm not that surprised at all. US Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
The Wood Ducks are back this week against the Carolina Mudcats starting Tuesday, April 18th through Sunday, April 23rd. Kick off your weekend with Thirsty Thursday with $2 beers and peanuts. Saturday, the first 1,000 fans will receive a clear bag sponsored by Piggly Wiggly. And close out your weekend with Dogs and Dogs Day on Sunday. So bring your dog to the ballpark and get dollar hot dogs. Go online to get your tickets in advance at woodducksbaseball.com or at the box office the day of the game. See you at Granger Stadium all week long. Go Woodies!
This isn't your regular cola, so this isn't your regular cola ad. No beach parties or family barbecues here, just Nitro Pepsi, the first cola ever infused with nitrogen. So forget everything you thought you knew about soda, because that nitrogen gives us a whole new experience. Think an infusion of smaller bubbles for a cola that's got a lighter, smoother texture. And don't get me started on the pour. You don't pour this like any other cola. We're talking turn the can completely upside down and watch as those bubbles cascade into the glass to create a frothy, luxurious foam topping. Can your cola do that? I didn't think so. Unless you've got your own Nitro Pepsi, in which case, cheers to your great taste. Because you already know that the only thing better than the pour is the unapologetic cola taste. What else is there to say? From the creamy foam to the smooth texture to its unbelievably delicious flavor, this is cola like you've never had it before. Time to bring your taste buds to the next frontier. Nitro Pepsi. Smooth, creamy, delicious.
Tune in to Pirate Radio every Monday for the Delcor Players Lounge.
Lane Hoover, you ever got mad at anything in your life, Lane?
Yeah. when my dog poops in the floor, I get really mad.
Every Monday on Pirate Radio Live, we'll recap the baseball weekend and preview the week ahead.
Josh Moylan, what is your biggest guilty pleasure music artist?
Poker Face Lady Gaga is like a top 5 song of mine all time. I'm pretty sure I know just about every word.
The Delcor Players Lounge, every Monday at 3 p.m. on Pirate Radio Live. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
It's me, Nancy Garcia.
Clip. Hey, man, good to see you, brother.
Excitement time.
Clam down! Clam down! Clam down! Clam down!
Hurry, we're going dancing, baby!
They picked us last. And now we're going dancing.
How about those friggin' pirates?
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Well, welcome in to Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. You can find us on 1250, 930, online, PR927FM.com, and watch the show on Facebook Live and YouTube. Already 2 likes on YouTube. I like to see that right out of the gate. Let's get that number going up as the show goes on. We have some guests to get to on today's show. The Carolina Hurricanes, a 2-1 winner last night over the New York Islanders in Game 1, Round 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. We will talk to the guy on the microphone there in PNC Arena, Wade Minter, PA announcer for the Hurricanes. We'll talk about the crowd from last night, the win, some great goaltending in Game 1 on both sides, and the Hurricanes out to a 1-0 series lead on the Islanders. We'll talk Canes and Stanley Cup playoffs coming up about 30 minutes from now. Mully will join us coming up at 4 o'clock. Mike Mullis will join us to talk some Pirate baseball as they hit the road for the next 5 games, coming off an 8-game home winning streak. So we'll talk about that, where the Pirates are in the polls, little MLB, a little bit of everything with Mike Mullis coming up at 4 o'clock. 5 o'clock, former Pirate great Bryce Williams will join us in the Pirate Radio studios. We are a day closer to the NFL draft coming up on next Thursday. We'll go over some football news and notes. We've got a Pirate tight end. We talked about it yesterday, entering the transfer portal. So we'll talk about the tight end position with Bryce Williams as well coming up in the 5 o'clock hour. That, a giveaway, maybe a little game time with Bryce and crew coming up later on. Shirley Rhodes is here. Chandler Honeycutt coming off his half show hosting duties on Monday. Still looks a little fatigued, but he's here ready to go on a Tuesday. And Jonathan Ellerbe is to my left. Hello, Ellerbe.
Hello, Clipper. Welcome back, Mr. Juror.
Great to be here.
So if you had to pick being on the jury every day or being on Pirate Radio Live, where are you going, Clipper?
I'm going Pirate Radio Live, and I was not selected to be on the jury. And for folks that have been to jury duty, they know it can be a very boring day. And my Monday was very boring until I was able to come here and talk to the players on the Delcor Players Lounge. So out of it today, just an update, I have to call a number at noon on Wednesday to get further instructions. So maybe I'm in the clear. Maybe they'll need my civic duties to be upheld Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We'll see.
Clip Rock. Stay tuned, folks.
Yep.
Choose your own adventure at the Pitt County Courthouse.
I am fascinated by such things. If I was to be on a jury and could actually hear a case, which I have been able to do one time in my life, and it was pretty interesting. And it's a, it's an important decision you're making for someone's freedom. So, I mean, it's high stakes. It's fascinating to go through the process, but if you're not part of that actual jury process, it is super boring.
Did you tell them that you've been selected for jury duty 2 previous times, served on a jury, and that you and Judy have done a Crime Time podcaster?
And I've got Judy duty.
Yeah.
No, I did not tell anyone that.
Okay. That might just play an advantage or disadvantage. I don't know.
The only person talking yesterday was Brandon Manning.
I probably didn't zap him.
I know. We can't discuss the case, but Brandon Manning was actually selected to be on the jury. I asked him today what he's going to do with all that jury duty money he's getting, and he said he already spent it on lunch. So, but we hope to have Brandon on to talk some baseball with us coming up on Thursday. A couple of guests. Dave K., our boy, David Kasaganai, former ECU basketball player, going to join us in studio Wednesday at 5. I mentioned him yesterday with Josh Gross. He said, you need to get Dave on as soon as possible. I said, okay, we're going to get him on Wednesday, 5 o'clock. So we'll talk to him. We'll talk more Canes hockey coming up Thursday with the play-by-play voice of the Hurricanes, Mike Maniscalco. So he has gone from radio to television with the Hurricanes, and that is a travel day for the Canes heading up to New York as they continue their series with the Islanders, but planning to hook up with him Thursday at 4 o'clock as we become Canes fans around here, Ellerbe, during the playoffs.
Absolutely. I did not catch the game last night, but excited to with the schedules Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah, they'll play tomorrow night at home, Wednesday night at home, and they'll play Friday on the road against the Islanders.
Yeah, it's one of those, for me, I won't sit period to period and watch all 3, but it'll definitely be something I'll put on my TV and check out from time to time, and hopefully they'll have a long run with that. Real quick before we get rolling, want to give a quick shout out to one of our new sponsors. The Hour 3 sponsor just dropped off some new giveaways we're going to be pumping out there. Pirate Water. We got some Pirate Water flags, all sorts of cool swag to be given away, so appreciate them coming by. And then Chandler and I were able to go out to Ayden today as our friends at the Minges Bottling Group had a groundbreaking ceremony for their new 200,000 square foot facility that's going to be done by the end of the year. They are growing, expanding. Of course, they distribute all the Pepsi and Mountain Dew in Eastern North Carolina, and they are celebrating 100 years in business, Clip Rock.
Wow.
The Minges Bottling Group started in 1923. Can you believe it? Congratulations to the entire Minges family. Of course, Jeff, Miles, and Landon were out there today. We caught up with them, so follow us on social media to see more and hear more about that. But certainly an outstanding day in Eastern North Carolina.
Interesting. Did you know in a past life, Ellerbe, at the now I guess soon to be old facility in Ayden, When I was an employee at Empire Construction, my buddy's construction company, we fixed a water line out at the Pepsi bottling plant.
Wow. And that facility is just about 20 years old. So they've been growing so fast that they are building a new facility right next to that existing one. But I didn't realize your fingerprints were all over all over it. I mean, they really didn't mention you much and thank you much during.
What do you mean by much?
Like
so they did mention me?
Not at all. Not at all. I don't. Chandler, did you hear them say anything about Clip and his water line help? Or?
They did say he's not here today, but Clip rock. Thank you so much.
You got it.
But still plenty of time to go check out the water lines out. I mean, if you want to go throw your expertise around.
Yeah, I mean, if you need me to come by and do a pressure test or whatever, I'm down.
I think they're probably more counting on you just to drink some Pepsi and Mountain Dew.
That I've been doing.
Okay.
I have been certainly helping out the company these past couple of years. I went from alcohol to now I'm addicted to Pepsi.
Awesome. So I prefer the Diet Dew.
I'm a Dew guy as well.
Yes.
All right. How you doing in there, Chandler?
Good.
A couple of news and notes before we present our homework. So no baseball or softball today. By the way, as host of Pirate Radio Live yesterday, I'm sure you winked a few times and mentioned ECU won a series over the weekend in softball.
No, I didn't.
That slipped past the goalie?
Yeah.
Pirates win a series, I believe, against Memphis over the weekend. So congratulations to Shane Winkler's team. They're back in action coming up Wednesday, as is the baseball team. They'll be on the road coming up at Charlotte and will stay on the road. They will not come back home. They'll head right out to Wichita for a 3-game road series. So the Pirates have been great at home, 8 in a row at home, and now they will try to go out on the road and win. Last time they were on the road, they lost 2 out of 3 to Houston. So something to prove this weekend.
Was it Josh Groves in the studio yesterday? They're saying that the team became better after they kind of got tighter, and after that?
Well, he said the hitting improved after Houston, much like the pitching improved after their worst pitching game against Duke. So a couple of wake-up calls this year, and the Pirates have answered those calls. They did not hit the snooze. They immediately woke up.
Yeah, good stuff. So I mean, in baseball, it's a journey, 56 games, and they have an outstanding record right now. But certainly 4 games on the road this week will go get tested.
I'm sure y'all mentioned it yesterday in the polls. East Carolina moved up in the polls because crazy fact that Bailey talked about, we talked about it with Josh Groves, Pirates were the only team in the top 25 not to lose a game last week. So there was, it's baseball, it happens, but East Carolina able to move up to what, 7?
7th.
Yeah, 7 in BA and D1. I believe.
And you want to be in that top 8 when the end of the year comes.
Why is that, Chandler?
Because we can do what we did last year for the first
Which
time.
is what, Chandler?
Host a regional and a super regional.
There you go, Chandler. All right, another nugget from today. East Carolina women's basketball has signed some size. The Weish twins. Talia and Tatiana Weish have committed and signed with East Carolina. Did you know that we have talked about one of these players on the show before? Do you know that, Chandler?
The name sounds familiar.
You don't remember why we had discussed one of these players on the show? Well, let me take you back to the SEC women's basketball tournament. A Kentucky player mushed the ball in the face of a female.
Uh-huh.
What does mush the ball mean?
Give me a basketball. I'll show Ellerbe right now. Take the ball, mush it in the face.
Oh, smash it in their face?
It wasn't a smash. It was a mush.
A mush.
A smash
mushing it.
would be more like that. Mush is kind of you got the ball there and then you mush it around.
Are you still holding the ball when you're mushing in someone's face?
Yes.
Okay, so.
To be exact, the basket was scored. A girl from the team that scored the basket picked up the ball and kind of ran into Tatiana Weish, and while she did that, kind of mushed the ball against the face. Weish then picked up the ball, tried to hit the player with it in the back of the head, missed. Wildly, and then realized, okay, so I missed. I still need to retaliate. I'm going to go chase after her down the court, and it led to It wasn't that big of a deal, but players were ejected. But Tatiana Weish was the player that threw the ball.
Wow.
So
that is crazy. I knew her name sounded familiar, and now she's a Pirate.
She's a Pirate.
Wow.
We got some size. We got some fight on this team.
We got some fight on this ECU women's basketball program.
So these are portal additions.
Yes, from the portal.
From Florida.
Talia was the 18th ranked forward by ESPN out of high school. Tatiana 29th. So they are both 3-star recruits in 2021. They come here after 2 seasons at Florida and have 2 years of eligibility remaining.
There you go.
The Weish twins have been signed. So what do we need after seeing what Texas had in the NCAA tournament? More size and some fight, but specifically size. And Kim McNeil add some size to the roster.
Yeah.
Good to see.
Just don't mush their face.
Don't mush. Simple as that. I will say Tatiana did not start that fight, certainly escalated it, but did not start the fight in the SEC tournament.
And I wouldn't even call it a fight. It was a skirmish.
It was a skirmish. It's a good way to put it.
Well, it seems like it was kind of one-sided. She got mushed and then wasn't able to really catch up, and because she missed her opportunity to throw the ball and hit somebody, and then was not able to catch the person before it got, I guess, settled.
Yeah, because she got held up before she ever got to the Kentucky
Looked like
player.
she could have taken a swing if she chose to do so, but it never happened. So just a lot of pushing and shoving after that.
All right.
Typical basketball fight, as Michael Perry says. Those they don't fight in basketball. They just talk. Football, you'll see some fights. Basketball, nah, just a lot of talking.
Hockey, yes.
Hockey, they do fight. In fact, it is encouraged.
Encouraged, yes.
To fight. Speaking of which, Hurricanes knocking off the Islanders last night, 2-1. We'll talk to Wade Minter coming up a little later on in hour number 1, and we want to hear from you. What's going on today on YouTube and Facebook? You can chime in there. Eric says, "Don't start no mush, won't be no mush." Exactly. Simple as that. If there was no mush, there's no nothing. So everyone out there, keep your mushing to yourself. Mike P says she may be a pirate, but she's also a dog.
She got that dog in her.
Got a dog in her. The Weish twins are pirates.
Tatiana, dog.
Dog. All right. Are we ready, Ellerbe, to get to our homework assignment for the week?
Yeah, Chandler asked me a little while ago if we had homework.
Chandler, did you do your homework?
No.
Why not?
He had to host yesterday.
No.
That took a lot out of him.
That's not an excuse.
Why not?
I didn't do it.
You just didn't want to do it.
And I forgot what it was because I even asked him literally an hour and a half before the show. I said, "What was the homework?"
So you still had an hour and a half to do it. It took me all of about 4 minutes to do it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can just play along and do it.
You just
and then I forgot to do it again.
You just didn't want to do it.
No, because I like the topic. I just forgot to do
Well,
it.
at 2:55, you told me you didn't do it. That was 20 minutes ago. You've had 20 minutes to do it. You just didn't want to do it.
Well, I'm producing a show right now.
You just didn't want to do it. That's fine.
I love playing along though. Let's get it started.
Tell everybody the topic.
Hey, get your homework out. I want to see it.
All right. So when ECU released their football schedule, it's been a couple months now, probably. Week and a month and a half.
Yeah, I'm trying to see a time date on it, but
we have been ranking the opponents in different criteria, different topics, different subjects, and we're running out of ideas. We have done fight songs, mascots, places we'd like to travel, best football player from the school, best non-athlete alumni, and we're all the way down to baby names you would name your child. If you had to use the 12 schools we are playing against as your next name for your child, what would be the order? And I've ranked mine from best to worst. Is that how you ranked them, Ellerbe?
Yes.
All right, and Chandler didn't do anything at all. So how do you want to do this? You want to go worst to best?
I think let's go best names.
Best names.
This would be the best name. If you had these 12 names to pick from, this is how you would name your babies. If you had 12 babies, and you couldn't name them all the same.
You couldn't name them George like George Foreman did.
Right. Now, I don't think he had 12, but he might have had 6 or 7. But so my first baby name, if I had to pick, which is kind of a classic name anyway, would be Charlotte.
Okay.
I think that's the best one on the board.
I've got Charlotte number 2 on my list. It's a great name, Charlotte Flair. I'm a fan of the Charlotte Hornets. and it is a Charlotte's Web.
Yeah.
Great book as a kid.
I didn't really buy in the Hornets part of what you just said, but Charlotte Flair, Charlotte's Web, a little bit more.
What do you mean you didn't buy in? You don't buy in that I'm a Hornets fan?
No, I just don't think of like naming my kids after like Charlotte Hornets. It's like,
but you think of naming them after Charlotte Flair? You big wrestling guy?
Well, she's an actual person. Charlotte's Web's kind of a good story, kid story.
Okay.
But Charlotte's my number one choice. What's your number one choice?
Rice.
Rice
is a cool name.
It is a cool name.
It could be a boy's name if you're a big, Michigan or a Charlotte Hornets fan. Glenn Rice, great shooter, 3-point champion. Maybe
I'm not bought in, man. I'm not bought
maybe
in.
an All-Star Game MVP. But Rice is so you could go boy's name. I think it's a pretty girl's name, Rice. It's also what I had for lunch today. Rice. It's all around us. Rice. What do they throw when you get married? Rice.
Birdseed now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Rice mates.
Birdseed Brock would be a pretty name, too. Rice is my number one on the board.
I thought your name was Poppy.
As your first name?
Poppy Seed's my other kid.
Yeah.
You can have it as the first name or a last name, too.
What are you talking about?
You don't name your kid. Here's how it works, Chandler. When you were born, they said, we need to come up with a name. We're going to name him Chandler. And then they didn't have a discussion. What should we call his last name?
What would your last name be?
You take the last name of your parents.
Yeah, either your mom or dad.
See, when they got married, your mother took your father's last name.
So this kid's name would be Rice Brock.
In this scenario, yeah.
Yeah, like your brother would be Rice Honeycutt.
See, Rice, I don't know.
All right.
So what are you going with?
I'm probably Charlotte.
Okay.
Right, there we go.
Number 2 on my list, Charlotte. Number 2 on your list, Ellerbe?
Rice.
Here we go. Chandler does not like Rice. So what would be number 2 on your list, Chandler?
Probably Gardner.
Webb.
It's like Jim Bob.
Yeah.
It's your Gardner Webb.
Well, Gardner Webb Honeycutt.
That's a good Sampson County name.
Yeah.
That's almost.
How's Gardner doing? Gardner Webb's doing all right. GW's doing good.
G-Dub. You call him G-Dub. All right. So that would be number 2 on your list. Ellerbe, what is number 3 on your list?
This one, this is where it starts to get a little dicey, but I'm going to go Marshall. It's kind of a traditional name.
Peyton Manning's son, his name is Marshall.
Yeah, good point.
Not buying into that.
Good enough for the Mannings, good enough for me.
Did you know there's a school called Marshall, Ellerbe?
There is?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Hey, you can name him after, well, he's not a Hornet, but you can name him after a Charlotte Hornet. Mason Plumlee's brother was Marshall.
Yep, you can buy into that. You can name him after Eminem, Marshall Mathers, which I don't know if you want to do that. Marshall is way down my list.
Really?
Marshall Gilmette?
It is a name, but
Marshall Brock?
It's not a name I like. You know what's number 3 on my list? Navy. That is a cool name.
Navy.
Especially if you
Navy Brock
have a family with a military background, with a Navy background. Navy Brock. I think it could be a boy or a girl's name. I think Navy is a cool name. I don't know if I've ever met any. I don't think I've met anyone named Navy. But
what do you think their favorite color would be?
Red. Navy is a beautiful name. Navy Honeycutt, Navy Rhodes, Navy Ellerbe, Navy Brock. Think about it, folks.
Why is there not more Navy names in the world?
More as in any? Have you heard the name Navy?
No, there needs to be more.
I agree. It's a beautiful name.
I'm sure there's one out there, but it needs to be more.
Ellerbe, what's number 4?
Number 4, I'm going to go Tulsa.
That is an ugly name, Ellerbe.
So ugly. Tulsa Ellerbe.
There's no way Tulsa could be an attractive person. This is Tulsa.
This is my sister, Tulsa.
Ooh.
Oh, that makes it a little tougher there.
It's a homely look.
Who's the little girl with pigtails? That's little Tulsa.
Little Tulsa.
You know?
Little Tulsa seems like one of those chaotic kids.
But you know what Tulsa?
Like, literally.
You know what
like
Tulsa?
A hurricane.
You know what Tulsa's going to be? Freaking tough.
Yeah.
Because Tulsa's not going to take any crap from you two.
Tulsa sounds like a tough name.
Yeah. And if it's a little girl, Tulsa's going to be kicking a lot of shins.
Another, I didn't know what you were going to say there. Shins. Tulsa in a tussle. I could see that happening a lot at school. My number 4 is Michigan. That is it's a brawny man's name. Reminds me of it was a guy on Big Brother named Memphis, but Michigan Brock.
Do you know anybody that's named after a state?
I'm sure I do if I could think about it.
I know there's a last. I mean, you know Johnny Utah from the movie, but like, is there like a first name?
Robert California was in the office.
Virginia.
There you go, Shirley.
Thank you, Shirley. That's why you're here.
Oh my God.
Well, first of all, Chandler said it.
Maine, Florida.
There's someone named Florida?
I feel like there's been a
Florida.
Oh, Georgia. That's a name.
Georgia. There we go.
The old Georgia peach. So, yeah, there are some names after states, but I think Michigan is a strong name. That's a boy's name. Michigan. All right, that's my number 4. What's your number 5?
Did Chandler go? Or did he
didn't.
Appalachian State.
Why are we even asking?
Yeah, that's true.
He's out.
Appalachian State.
Shut up.
Yes. You know, I think for number 5, I'm going to go Michigan as well. You sold me.
Number 5, I went Marshall. It's a name, but it's a boring name. Not a fan of it. Number 6.
Number 6 on the board. I think you got to go. It's because when you get down into the initials is where it gets tough. I think you may have for number 6, you got to go Gardner Webb. You got to go the double name.
Gardner Webb Johnson. Sounds like a country name. Chandler likes that one.
I love that name. Gardner.
Hey, who are you going to the ball game with this weekend?
Gardner Webb.
Gardner Webb Brock.
Gardner Webb's coming.
GWB.
GW's going.
He's bringing his girlfriend, Tulsa. I ain't seen her yet, but
she's a looker. But she's tough.
My number 6 was Tulane. I think that could be a pretty girl's name. Tulane.
Tulane.
Kind of sounds like tulip.
Tulane Brock.
Yeah, it's a pretty name. Kind of. All right, number 7.
Yeah, Tulane.
I went Gardner Webb, number 7.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8.
Have I used Navy yet?
No.
Gosh, I think I got to go Navy.
Yeah, you need to.
It's just kind of basic. Yeah, based on how plain I am, I should have gone Navy earlier, but I'm going to go Navy now.
I went Tulsa 8. I think it's a despicable name.
Yeah, same.
All right, shut up, Chandler. Number 9.
Number 9's got to be App State.
If State wasn't in the name,
Appalachian is an awesome name.
Appalachian would have been way higher because you could shorten it. I think App would be a cool name, but like Appy for a girl would be a cool name.
Appy.
But the fact that State's in there takes it out. So,
who was your college roommate? Appalachian State Brock.
But I mean, App is a cool name.
If you shorten it.
Yeah, but we're going full names here.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Number 9 was App State for me and you. Number 10.
This is where it gets tough. Because it's all initials at this point.
These are almost NA.
These are really tough, and I think I'm going to go UTSA.
Now, are you calling the kid UTSA or is it UTSA?
Well, maybe
UTSA, get over here right now.
Yeah. University of Texas San Antonio, you come here.
I'm going, maybe UTSA is his name.
Okay, I went Florida Atlantic because if it wasn't for the Atlantic, Florida could be a girl's name. Florida Atlantic Brock, get in here. And
how would you pronounce FAU if it was just a...
I'd have to just say Florida Atlantic.
Right.
And I could shorten it to Float or something.
Yeah.
Float.
So I'm at UTSA.
And then we got, I rounded it out with SMU and UTSA to round it out.
I'm going FAU, and then I think SMU would be a terrible name.
SMU.
There was SME. And
there was SME.
There was SME, but there was never SMU.
Mary says Heath Schuler's son. Well, there's a good Washington throwback. Heath Schuler's son is named Navy.
Wow.
Interesting. Eric, I hope this isn't true with just how I've talked about this. He said, my 98-year-old grandmother is Tulsa Lee. I'm sure she's an attractive lady.
Tulsa Lee.
Tulsa Lee.
Bet you she was a tough woman, or still is.
Yeah, 98 years old.
98.
Of course she's tough.
Tulsa strong.
Tulsa Lee. Heath Schuler's son is named Navy. I think Navy's a cool name. Cass says San Antonio would be a funny name. Yeah, like Antonio's a normal name. Throw San in there. Doesn't sound as good. All right. Johnny also says, yeah, Heath Schuler's son is named Navy. Jack says Washington. Now, is do you know any first name Washingtons?
No.
Because he says we're talking about a state with people's names. Washington. I think Oregon would be a cool
My
name.
grandfather's name middle name was Washington.
Yeah. Washington. Nickname. All right, so there you go. There is the baby name rankings for our opponents.
I went to school with a girl named America.
Did you?
Yes.
Huh.
God bless her.
She was Hispanic.
She was. So was it Amatica?
No, it was America.
America.
Is this when you were roommates with white Fred McGriff?
Are we sure we should take Chandler's word on her nationality? That's the great thing about Chandler. He doesn't see color. He doesn't see race.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Because he doesn't understand it.
His brain.
Because what is race?
His brain can't comprehend it.
Yes.
He is unable to be racist.
Only race I know is Daytona 500, baby.
Hey, that's a pretty name, Daytona.
Daytona is.
Yeah.
Panama.
Oh, our buddy that killed the trees. He's not our buddy. But the dude, the Alabama fan, named his daughters. Remember, he said Allie and Bama.
That's right.
So he split up the estate name.
You think I care? Roll damn tide.
What was that guy's name?
He was on the Paul Feinbaum.
Harvey Updike.
Harvey Updike.
Is that his name?
Lee Harvey Updike.
Yeah.
That sounds right, Ellerbe. I'm going to go with that.
He was a nut job for sure.
All right. Christian says a boy named Purdue.
There you go.
You know him, or you're just saying that? I don't know. Jack Dover says Clip. What's up, Jack? I met Jack at Clark LeClaire Stadium this weekend. The real Jack Dover.
If you named your daughter Michigan, would people call her the Big House?
Oh, no. That is not an Ellerbe joke. That's a me joke, Troy joke, Chandler. That's not an Ellerbe joke.
That's great. That was good.
I don't like that coming from you, Ellerbe. Wow.
Here comes the Big House.
Everyone's welcome.
Come on.
That's why I said Michigan. Michigan is a boy's name, not a girl's name.
I was just throwing it out there.
The Big House. All right, if you guys have any idea on what we could rank these schools by in the future, please let us know. We're running out of ideas. We may have scraped the bottom of the barrel with baby names.
Yes. I hope this is our low moment, but hey, look, you'll go lower, I'm sure.
Sure. You can keep on digging.
We threw out dog names, but I just don't think we can go there next. I just got to, we'll break the schedule down somehow.
Josh says Tulsa is an entertainer at the body shop. All right. That is met with silence.
But that's not the real name then.
Well, it could be.
Does it have to be real name?
Some people are born into that line of work by what they're named.
Right.
Christian said they couldn't find Oswald, so Lee Harvey had to have the last name Updike.
Getting a lot of interaction on the show today. A lot of interaction.
Some things funnier than others. All
right.
Thank you. All right.
My thought was Charlotte was going to be the entertainer at the body shop.
Think so? I don't know. Charlotte seems like an old name at this point. I don't hear a lot of new Charlottes around. Boy, the time flies when you're naming baby names after football teams.
Correct.
We got to go. Ellerbe, thanks for hanging out.
See you next week.
All right, see you next week. We'll come up with some homework, and we'll see if Chandler does it. I'm going to guess no. We'll take a break, come back. When we return, Wade Minter will join us. He is the PA announcer at PNC Arena. We'll talk Canes hockey as Carolina knocks off New York last night 2-1, and they go up 1-0 in their series. We'll talk to Wade when we return. Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday after this.
What a very special time for me. I remember what a night.
Spring is in the air at your CBD store. Make them your go-to shop for all natural sleep, calm, recovery, and wellness products. Their trusted products are award-winning, third-party tested, and only available at your CBD store. Get 15% off any purchase. Just mention the code SPRING. New gifts and accessories are also in stock. Everything from CBD to charcuterie boards. Spring on by to your CBD store today. Open 7 days a week. Call ahead for pickup at 999-5127. Your CBD store, 420 East Arlington Boulevard, beside Jet's Pizza.
Getting a Jersey Mike's sub Top Mike's Way with onion, lettuce, tomatoes, oregano, and the juice is the bee's knees. Actually, it's better than the bee's knees. I mean, what's the purpose of knees on bees? They don't crouch, they just buzz around. But Mike's Way has a purpose, topping your sub the authentic Jersey way. It's the cat's pajamas. Wait, cats don't wear pajamas. Mike's Way is better. Let's just leave it at that. Get your sub Top Mike's Way. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. Jeff, how can you help people with service in 2023?
We continue to offer free pickup and drop off for the customers, and our customers' time is valuable. So we've added 3 additional Express Lube technicians to reduce wait time. That's our #1 goal for 2023. And please don't forget, we service all makes and models. We're voted #1 in Greenville by the customer. Come see us at 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Welcome back to the 2023 Wings Over Draft. Here's what's transpired so far. Clip Rock selected Honey Barbecue Tenders with the first overall pick. At 2, Chandler Honeycutt selected Loaded Waffle Fries. And a blockbuster trade, Shirley Rhodes traded up to get the Chicken Parm Tender Sandwiches 3rd overall. Now you're on the clock.
Draft your favorites today by ordering online at wingsover.com or by calling 758-9464. With no third party needed, Wings Over Greenville has its own in-house delivery service. Wings Over Greenville, your #1 pick every time.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American airline flights perfect for your next trip. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available. Visit us at beautybarmedispa.com. Also follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Go Pirates!
Did you know that it's illegal to dig without first calling 811? 811 is a free program that locates underground utilities, marking them with flags and paint lines so you know where not to dig. Accidentally digging into utility lines interrupts service and could seriously hurt you or someone else. If you know someone who's planning to dig, encourage them to call 811 at least 3 full working days before they dig. 811 is free, it's safe, and it's the law. This message is brought to you by Greenville Utilities and this station.
To keep your bodies active and engaged in the activities that you love, you need a good stretch. And at Bodies in Balance, that's the mission they follow to give you the best quality of life. The team at Bodies in Balance can create a stretch or massage program that is right for you, featuring aromatherapy, hot stones, hot towels, cupping, percussion, and myofascial work at no extra cost if requested. And don't forget to mention Pirate Radio and get your first massage for $1 per minute and your first stretch free. Call today at 916-4530 and check them out online at bodiesandbalance.com.
This is Josh Moylan, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Like a fool, I went and stayed too long. And now I'm wondering, is your love still strong? Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, Brown & Wood is your home of the best selection of GMC, Cadillac, Buick, and Mazda in Eastern North Carolina since 1937. Shop their entire inventory online at brownandwoodauto.com or visit them on Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, Greenville's #1 dealership and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Now, let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, as we look at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck. 4 games tonight in the Stanley Cup playoffs on TBS. It will be Rangers at Devils at 7 o'clock. ESPN Lightning at Maple Leafs at 7:30. ESPN 2 at 9:30. Jets at Golden Knights, and on ESPN at 10. It'll be the Kraken in Colorado to face the Avalanche. So 4 games tonight, 4 games last night. The Eastern Conference games were won by the home team. Bruins over the Panthers, and we'll talk Canes and Islanders in a moment with Wade Minter. And the Western Conference games won by the road team last night. Minnesota over Dallas 3-2, and the Kings in overtime beating the Oilers 4-3. Wade Minter joins us now, PA announcer at PNC Arena for the Carolina Hurricanes, as the Canes up 1-0 in their series against the Islanders. Wade, great to have you back on. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. Always glad to be on the air in beautiful Greenville.
It is a beautiful day today, Wade, and a great day because the Canes were winners last night. Is there any, extra ringing in the ears after a home playoff game, Wade? The great crowds. In fact, we talked about it last week. I think the second highest attendance in the NHL this year for the Carolina Hurricanes, and I know it was rocking last night.
It absolutely was. I even took the unprecedented step for me, first time in kind of the 8 years I've been doing this, of wearing an earplug in my open ear, and it was still loud. Fortunately for me, I didn't come home with the normal ringing I get after a Canes home game, but it was power through that earplug. And yeah, the attendance has been great all year. As you mentioned, second highest attendance overall in the NHL, only behind Montreal, who have a very large building that they play in. And 31 of the 41 Canes home games this year were sellouts. Far cry from the dark days. It's electric when the Caniacs are up in the building.
Absolutely. Talking to Wade Minter today on the Pirate Radio Live Line. I'm looking ahead to Wednesday night, and of course Carolina is a home favorite once again. I'm looking at the over-under because I forgot to look at it last night, and the total is 5, and if you go over 5, you're paying a pretty price for that. So I bring that up, Wade, because 3 goals last night combined by the two teams. Was that number surprising to you? Some really good goaltending last night on both sides.
No, it's kind of right where I thought it would be. You've got Ilya Sorokin for the Islanders, who's really their best player overall. He was an all-star this year, and it was very well deserved. He keeps them in games they don't have any business being in. On the other side, of the two Hurricanes goalies, Coach Brendan Moore decided to go with Antti Raanta. He delivered as well. Some sterling saves on his end. This has the makings of a series where most of the games are going to be won 2-1, 3-2. You're not going to get a whole lot of goals on the Canes, and you're not going to get a whole lot of goals on Sorokin. So it's going to be a tightly contested series, I believe, all games that happen.
So, Wade, let's talk power play. Canes got their 2 goals early on power plays, and that has been has that been a struggle for Carolina here of late? Was that good to see last night, them score with the advantage?
Yeah, you could say it's been a struggle, and you would be correct. The Canes penalty kill continues to be near the top of the league. It's very much a bright spot in the Canes repertoire. The power play has been somewhere between average and kind of terrible, especially over the last quarter of the season or so. Hovering in the low 20s, if I remember correctly, coming out of the regular season. But it can be a strength for them. It can be a strength for them if they are getting good net front presence, like you saw on Stefan Nason's goal. Brent Burns hammers a shot from the point. Nason gets a tap on it. That's what Brent Burns does best. He'll just crank it from the blue line. Sometimes he beats them, and if you got somebody in front of the net, sometimes you can beat them. And then the first power play goal was just a gorgeous tic-tac-toe play. Natchez to Burns to Aho, finishes on a one-timer. So it's very optimistic to see that they're putting the pieces together. Team continues to kind of tinker with power play styles, power play personnel, and you're going to have to win the special teams battle every single night against this team. Otherwise, you're going to be in trouble.
Andrei Svechnikov was there last night, Wade, sounding the siren. You'd rather see him on the ice skating for the Canes, but how big is that loss for Carolina when it comes to making a serious run to the Stanley Cup final? Do you think they can do it without Svechnikov, or is that loss, too much in the grand scheme of things for them?
Well, you're losing a lot of goals, and 2 players that the Canes really were going to rely on. Max Pacioretty, who they brought in the offseason, came back from an Achilles injury, played 5 games, scored like 4 goals, and then retore the Achilles. So that's pretty unfortunate for him. For Svech, just an unfortunate knee injury about a week past the trade deadline, so the Canes weren't going to be able to do anything to replace him. That's a lot of goals coming off the board. So it certainly hurts the Hurricanes' chances of making a deep run. But the defense is strong, the goaltending's good, And if you can get guys to kind of find the fire, like Seth Jarvis, who had a great season last year, if Aho continues to be hot, if Teravainen puts it back together, if Nate just becomes the consistent goal scorer that they think he can, I think you're able to replace some, certainly not all of that lost offense, but it does put more pressure on the defense to be stalwart and the goaltending to be good, which is what will keep them in close games.
Wade Minter joining us. We talked to our resident Caniac, Brooke Seal, who's tuned in on YouTube, checking out this conversation right now last week about this Hurricanes team and what they needed to do the last regular season game, beat Florida, and it sets them up for the best possible matchup in round one. So going back there and where we are now facing the Islanders, Wade, it looks like there was some much more difficult paths through the Eastern Conference if they didn't win that game last week. So how important was that win, and how do you like this rest of the series with the Islanders? Winnable, very winnable for Carolina?
Yeah, it was exceptionally important. The East is a murderer's row right now. There's one, maybe two teams that are kind of a little bit below the standard, but even they're quite good. So getting the Islanders in the first round, I think, was the better matchup for the Canes. They've had success against them in the regular season. They have not had a ton of regular season success against the Rangers or Devils, so it's better for us if they kind of beat each other up in a big series before we have to face them. And then you figure, barring a shocking surprise, Eastern Conference champions are gonna have to go through Boston, and Boston's been an absolute wagon, a record-setting year, ran away with the President's Trophy, wasn't even close. Every year for the past 4 or 5 years, I've gone into the season telling myself, this year is the year that Boston kind of comes back to earth, and it never happens. So, if you get through all of that, then, the West is, on the whole, probably a worse conference than the East, but there's a lot of talent over there as well. So getting a chance to come into the playoffs with the Islanders, I think, was the best possible scenario for the Canes.
Bruins, by the way, winners last night, 3-1 over the Florida Panthers. And then I mentioned two road teams, Wild and Kings, winning their series on the road last night in game one. It's coming up tonight, Rangers, Devils. You talked about that one a moment ago, Wade. Lightning at Maple Leafs, Jets at Golden Knights, Kraken at Avalanche. So, you've kind of set it up. The Eastern Conference is going to be just some great series throughout this thing. And it sounds like you think the champ, the hoisting the trophy at the end, could come from the Eastern Conference.
I think by and large, the East is the better conference. You play tougher opponents. It's a much more physical style in general, which bodes well for the playoffs. There are certainly good teams out west. The Kings are kind of better than they look. The Stars have talent. The Avs have kind of come on, and they've got some players back. Vegas is looking good. But I feel like, and of course Edmonton with Connor McDavid, finally getting a chance to shine there. But I feel like in general, I would put 60-40 odds of the East coming out on top when all's said and done. Mainly because they've played that style longer throughout the regular season.
And Wade, I like to bring this up with you when we talk to you as well. Now that the playoffs are here, coverage, and of course you were there, and you'll be at all the Canes home games. But when you're watching playoffs on TV or even regular season, what do you think about the coverage of ESPN, TBS? Has it been pretty solid for you this year, and are you excited to watch it throughout the playoffs?
Yeah, I think it's good for the league as a whole to have a bigger stage to stand on. So national broadcasts on ESPN's networks, on TBS, on ABC, really do serve to raise the profile. I know a lot of Canes fans not necessarily in love with kind of the announcing style there, though they've got a lot of talent announcing, including former Hurricane Kevin Weeks, who I like a lot. But, you've grown through the season listening to Mike and Tripp and Shane and Hannah. The good news is Bally will be broadcasting at least the first round, so if you tune into Bally on your cable box or on streaming, you'll get your local guys. And, my parents up in Virginia were watching on ESPN, and that's good. The whole world can tune in and see what the Canes are made of.
Planning to hook up with Mike Maniscalco coming up on Thursday's edition of Pirate Radio Live. It'll be a travel day. We'll recap Game 2 and set up the remainder of the series. And while we got you here, Wade, let's set up Game 2. You said you weren't shocked at the low scoring last night. Do you expect to see the same coming up Wednesday night in Raleigh?
I do. I think every game is going to be pretty tight, pretty low scoring because both teams kind of pride themselves on defense. The Islanders really rise or fall as Ilya Sorokin does, and he played an Ilya Sorokin game last night. I don't expect that to change. I think the real question will be if the Canes ride with Antti Raanta for a while, or if, regular season kind of goalie number one Freddie Anderson gets in some games. Managing the goaltending situation, I think, is going to be the biggest challenge for the coaching staff, because if you put in a goalie who's going to have an off night, you're going to have a really hard time getting more than one or two past Sorokin. So that could not be a good day for you if you do that.
Wade Minter joining us. Wade, always enjoyed the chat, and we will keep in touch with you, get you back on here throughout this playoff run if you're available. So thank you as always, Wade, and have a good time on Wednesday night. I know you will.
Will do. Let's go Canes.
There he is, Wade Minter, joining us, the voice of PNC Arena for Carolina Hurricanes hockey. Canes with a victory last night, 2-1. They'll play again coming up. We'll be watching that one at AJ McMurphy's Wednesday night. Some Hurricanes playoff hockey during sports trivia. Always a fun time. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Get ready to wrap up hour number one here on Pirate Radio Live. Let you know what happened last night in the NBA playoffs and more. What else is going on in the world of sports? A big-ish name from the past at wide receiver has a new home, and I'll ask Chandler if that makes a ripple. Is that a big deal? We'll talk about a little NFL news and notes and more when we return. Pirate Radio Live, back with you after this.
I'm not afraid to cry. Ooh, baby, here I am. Signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory of ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young pirates to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking in Uptown Greenville. Visit them online at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
This is Dr. Dixon from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. For experienced and professional care, call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
Zero means zero at Bostic Sugg Furniture. Zero minimum purchase, zero interest, zero sales tax. Today at Bostic Sugg, zero gets you everything. Beautiful sofas, sectionals, and motion furniture, dining sets, and bedrooms. Then get a discount equal to double the sales tax or 72 months zero interest with zero minimum purchase. Plus, sleep better on a new Restonic or Serta mattress with a power base. Zero means zero, but there's zero time to waste. So hurry to Bostic Sugg Furniture.
We all have seniors in our life who may need a little extra help with technology. University PC Care's Quick Helps are affordable, in-store, short appointments designed for seniors who may need a little TLC to help with setting up a new computer, help with email or passwords, or help with the latest online scam. They don't need to fear technology anymore. Call 252-558-1280 to schedule an in-store Quick Helps appointment for Greenville or New Bern. Learn more at universitypccare.com.
Greenville's first ever Texas Fusion restaurant is now open for lunch. That's right, the Sidebar, located right beside the Dickinson Avenue Public House, now offers lunch Tuesday through Friday from 11:30 to 2:30. Come take a break from work and enjoy the tastiest food items around. Whether it's the honey chipotle chicken sandwich, smoked brisket tacos, chicken tortilla soup, chicken tinga nachos, or keep it simple with chips and salsa. To keep up with our ever-changing menu, food and drink specials, and more, follow the Sidebar on Facebook or on Instagram at sidebar.greenville.
Welcome to Russell's Spring Style. Our screen door says welcome to a beautiful selection of new apparel for men and women. The spring colors are bold and beautiful. Men, make your next suit or sport coat purchase easy with in-house alterations to assure a great fit. Ladies, it's Russell's for the best selection in dresses, tops, and slacks for most any occasion. Russell and Rhonda work hard to make Russell's in downtown Washington your shopping destination. It's all about you, our friends and customers at Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Pirate Radio.
It's going to change. I promise you. As I stand here, it will change. Okay, and when it does, that stadium, it's going to be rocking, and heaven help whoever walks in there to play us.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you in outside sales and looking for an opportunity to increase your earning potential? Well, Copy Pro has been in Eastern North Carolina for over 45 years and continues to grow each year, and they are in need of more sales professionals with a desire to potentially make a six-figure income. Do you have what it takes? Visit copypro.net today to submit your resume and to learn more. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, here on a Tuesday. I'm going to save this story, see if Mully's got any thoughts on it. State's top freshman quarterback, Jason Shepard, is transferring from Riverside to J.H. Rose.
Interesting.
And as somebody pointed out on the comments when Pirate Radio posted this week's sign that the apocalypse is upon us. High school transfers make the news. Well, J.H. Rose invented the transfer portal. I say this as a bitter Conley Viking. Like, every good player in the area magically moves to the Rose District and plays for them over the years. Once again, bitter Conley guy talking right now. But I've seen that happen a few times, but interesting. We got high school transfers now.
I'm a true leopard. I stayed at my
Hey, a
high
leopard
school.
doesn't change his stripes.
I'm a loyal leopard.
Spots.
A leopard is loyal.
Well, that was the joke.
Oh.
Go ahead.
A leopard is loyal.
Is that right?
So's a jaguar.
Okay, so
leopards and jaguars. What a matchup that would be.
All right, moving on. Chandler, if I told you that Allen Robinson was on the move, does that matter in 2023?
No.
I need you to use your words. You can't just shake your head. We're on radio.
No.
No? You think he's done?
I don't know. I'm not a big Allen Robinson guy. I was about 10 years ago.
But he was put into a bad offense. And, okay, so he was with the Jags and then the Bears. And it was like, all right,
and now he's going to the Steelers.
Find this guy a quarterback, and he could be something. And I don't know, at some point, he's got to kind of make his own path. He can't just wait for a quarterback. Went to the Rams, and that didn't work out because, Stafford got hurt. So he has been kind of plagued with poor passers, and now he gets,
Trubisky or
the young guy up there in Pittsburgh.
Or Pickett.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett. I'm kind of with you. I don't think this makes a ripple in the NFL season or the fantasy season.
No.
So maybe we'll be proven wrong.
People are going to forget. This is going to be one of those moves where when we get to the season or when we get to the preseason, people are going to forget. They're going to see Allen Robinson playing for the Steelers. They're going to say, oh, I forgot that happened. I forgot he went to the Steelers.
So, and it hasn't happened yet, but Adam Schefter saying the Steelers are expected to trade for Rams receiver Allen Robinson. Looks like, and what do you get in return for Allen Robinson these days? A 7th round pick. Oh, wait, you're just swapping 7th round picks, it appears. So it is a non-factor. But the Steelers did give up Chase Claypool. He went to the Bears towards the end of last year, right? So they do add Allen Robinson. But I'm with you. I don't think it's will cause much of a ripple for the NFL season. I saw a headline that said Scott Fitterer made it clear today that Alabama quarterback Bryce Young has not told he will be the number 1 pick. So Young canceled the rest of his pre-draft visits, which means he is going to be either the number 1 or number 2 pick. Fitterer says that was a decision he made on his own. I refer you to his reps and to Bryce as to the why. So everybody's being very cryptic about this. But apparently, Fitterer did not tell Bryce Young he will be the number 1 pick. Do you think, at some point it's going to come out? What's the betting line at right now? That's one way to...
That is a good question.
To really look at what's happening here. Because the lines, I remember it was C.J. Stroud, a big number to go to Carolina, and then 2 weeks it started to flip a little bit in favor of Bryce Young. So I'm trying to find out if I could see number 1 pick. Number 1 overall pick. Wow. Bryce Young is now minus 2,000. CJ Stroud plus 600. So Bryce Young is going to be the number 1 pick.
Well, and I want to know what the number was before Adam Schefter went on NFL Live or whatever program it was and said that his trip and his visit to the Texans is basically a waste of time.
Right.
For Bryce Young and for the Texans. It's a waste of time because apparently the Panthers have made their choice, and their choice is Bryce Young.
That could, and according to the lines, will be the first name called next Thursday in the NFL draft. All right, NBA playoffs last night. A bit of a surprise. The Kings up 2-0 over the Warriors. And you had another Draymond Green ejection.
Ugh.
And what year are we in? This still happens in 2023?
It's ridiculous. This guy is
Although Domantas Sabonis did act like he got shot in the chest. The shotgun.
Here's the thing.
The
guy did stomp on him.
It's such a joke, like these NBA skirmishes. And Draymond Green is involved in every single one of them.
Even when he's not involved, he finds his way into the situation.
The most important thing for the Warriors, though, they lose 114-106. Kings up 2-0. Sixers with the big second half, knocking off the Nets. 3 games coming up tonight on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck. Celtics up 1-0 over the Hawks. They play at 7 o'clock, 7:30. Knicks at Cavs. Knicks up 1-0 in Cleveland. And then the Clippers beat the Suns. My fake Suns in Game 1. It'll be Suns and Clippers tonight, TNT at 10 o'clock on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck.
Da Buck, did you make a trip to Virginia for the Suns?
I did not. I did not put in a future. The future is dark for me.
All right.
No future picks for the NBA championship. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Mully Man will join us. We'll talk some Pirate baseball, some MLB, look around at what's going on in the world of sports. Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live is on the way on a Tuesday, and we'll be back with you after this.
Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates. They're open every day and have live music every night, along with 18 big screen TVs to watch all your favorite sporting events. Tuesday, it's karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesdays, it's line dancing. Thursday night is the dance party with DJ Kid Scene. And live music every Friday and Saturday night with the best bands on the East Coast. Follow the Buck on Instagram for more information on scheduled events, and we'll see you at the Buck.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
This is Aaron Williams with Ease Plumbing.
This is Mike Hoggart with Viva Electric.
This is Mark McGlawhorn, Roland Black Heating and Cooling.
We have teamed up to form New Blue Service Group, offering Eastern North Carolina the best in plumbing, electrical, and HVAC services. Same great local team, same great local service, just a new name. Contact us at callnewblue.com. That's callnublue.com. New Blue Service Group, where we are redefining service excellence. Call us today to help with your plumbing, electrical, and HVAC services. Go Pirates!
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
With over 30 locations across North Carolina and southeastern Virginia, Quality Equipment is your local John Deere dealer, where you'll find everything you need for your next project. Our complete lineup of John Deere lawn and garden, agricultural, and commercial worksite equipment comes with years of experience, expertise, and dedication. We know what it takes to get it done right. Stop by today or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Coco's Sports Bar and Restaurant, located in the old Professor O'Cool's location, has daily lunch specials from 11 to 5, including their famous $1 wing special Monday through Wednesday, all day long. Coco's has entertainment every Tuesday with country western night and karaoke on Thursday starting at 8. Take advantage of their weekly fresh fruit margarita specials and be sure to try the best Philly ribeye steak rolls in town while you're at it. Coco's Sports Bar and Restaurant, Greenville's Diamond in the Rough. Check them out on Facebook for more information. Go Pirates!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Well, keep it local, print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. Clip Rock here with you, getting some messages and tweets in about high school transfers. Let me read this from Chad. Maybe I should read it in my head before I read it out loud. Do you remember when the Conley had a top football, basketball player transfer to Rose, and one of the coaches made a stink about it? The kid came back to Conley for one day before suddenly having a new address. I don't remember that, Chad, but I did make the comment as a bitter Conley Viking that J.H. Rose invented the transfer portal. And mentioned that because the top freshman quarterback in the state is transferring to J.H. Rose. And apparently that's news.
From where?
From Riverside.
Okay.
Martin County, I believe.
Yeah.
So what do you think about high school transfers, Mully?
Man, look, I mean, it's just the nature of the beast.
And it's not new. Again, this has been going on since before I was in high school and while I was in high school. And
so growing up in Charlotte, when we got done with middle school, we were in an open program. So you had magnet schools. Like if you want to go to, if you want to do Air Force ROTC, then you could go to Independence. If you want to go into CAD, you could go to Garinger. If you want to go, so schools had different ways that if you wanted to go into that program, that was the only school that offered it. You were coming out of an open middle school, then you could go to any of those programs.
That's your workaround to get good athletes at your school?
So the coaches we'd have 4 or 5 coaches come visit with us, and the football coach would bring us in, and he was the AD, and they would say, hey, if you want to come here now, you can do this. If you want to go, and they all kind of gave their spiel, and it just was what it was.
Man, check out our ROTC this year. Everybody's 6'8" or taller.
Yeah, looking good out there.
Interesting.
Yeah. And it was.
We got to get new uniforms.
It was also interesting that you would only have to stay in that class for like until the drop ad period or whatever. So you weren't necessarily committed to be in that program forever. I don't know if it still is that way, but that was how it was.
Yep, it's just the way it is. Mike Mullis joining us in the Pirate Radio studios. Mully, I guess we'll get started with some Pirate baseball. 8 games at home, 8 wins at home, and the last 2 by the run rule variety. Think about run rule in college baseball.
Oh man, I think it's huge for the quality of the game. I mean, they think about how many arms are going to be burned in those additional 6 innings if they have to play them out, and I'm going to tell you that it's. Man, Cincinnati's fallen a long ways. What was it, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, they won the conference?
They won the conference tournament, kind of fluky-ish.
But, man, the Pirates did exactly what they needed to do against that Cincinnati team.
Yeah, they were not very good, especially pitching-wise. ECU pitching, once again, Trey Savage, solid. Carter Spivey, pitcher of the week. Josh Gross said yesterday he didn't remember seeing that many outs in a row without a strikeout, where Spivey kind of pitches to contact, didn't get his first strikeout until maybe 4th or 5th inning. Yep. And then Groves was upset at himself for the walks and was only able to go 4 2/3. But even he had a high number of strikeouts, and the Pirate bullpen was able to take care of the rest of the game. So once again, starting pitching looking great for the Pirates.
Yeah, the 2 plays made in the outfield Friday night were huge. Two balls taken away nearly back-to-back. Well, the back-to-back plays are in the same inning, but, very well-rounded effort, and now they go on the road, and, it's that time. It's that time of the year to get on the road and kind of get away from some of the things that you have to deal with at home, and it's a different pace on the road. So, I'm really jealous tomorrow night. What a great venue, and that's one of my favorite places to watch a ball game at Truist Field, I guess is Truist Park, whatever it's called. But downtown Charlotte, and that should be a great game to watch.
Pirates win streak has come without Jacob Jenkins Coward, as well as he continues to hopefully heal up and get back in the lineup. But we said even at the time that you've got some guys ready to step up, and Carter Cunningham has certainly done that. We've seen Riley Johnson, who's dealing with an injury of his own, come in as a defensive replacement. But Cam Clonch, again, I mentioned his name quite a bit. He's hitting the ball. Josh Moylan, who has been in the lineup all year, has been maybe your most consistent hitter.
Yeah, the little run that Michael Ravage is on is pretty good too. Yeah. But a kid like Clonch really has paid his dues. Like there's been plenty of times where the common question when the lineup goes up is where's Clonch? Why? Because it just seems like when he gets in, he delivers the goods. So, but to see him in the lineup as an everyday guy I mean, again, it's the testament to not entering the transfer portal. Like, hey, I'm gonna pay my dues. I'm gonna buy my time. I'm gonna work to, improve my game and be a bigger part of the team. And man, it has certainly paid dividends for him and for the club to this point.
We talked to Brandon Manning weekly. Right now, he is knee deep in jury duty. Mully. We hope to get him on Thursday.
A lot of people catching that jury duty stuff lately. Yeah, it's contagious.
We had
the new COVID.
We had a high school reunion in there yesterday. He says sweep at home, win 2 out of 3 on the road, and you're in good shape. That was his philosophy last year. East Carolina was able to basically sweep everything for the most part in conference play. But looking at it big picture right now, number 7 in the BA and D1 polls, you want to be in a position to host. You want to be in a possible position like you were last year. Have the Pirates set themselves up to do that with the?
Yeah, I don't know.
To this point,
to this point, you can't argue with the body work. What you can argue with is if you look at the conference RPI and strength of schedule. That's the problem. Some of the midweek losses don't help you. But
the bright side is Campbell is a top 10, 11 team.
It's a big deal, and that's the thing is you find yourself in a position to cheer for teams that you, otherwise don't want to cheer for. So, no, I would say that the body of work to this point has been, above, if it's fair to say, above average, as far as putting them in a position to clearly be in the postseason. I don't think there's any question about that.
Yeah.
The hosting situation is a whole different deal, and it's going to boil down to what the voters look at with the conference and kind of where it's at.
You need to once again have a stellar conference record. The Pirates have been able to win 20 games in this conference. 4 out of the last 5 times they've played, something like that, 3 in a row. And right now, sitting at 7-2, those 2 blemishes, of course, coming on the road, where the Pirates will find themselves this weekend at Wichita State.
Yeah, and I think you get through Wichita State. You look at the flip side is you get Cincinnati for 3 more at their place. So you got to feel like you go in there and have all the expectations in the world. I mean, if you can expect to sweep a series, that would be one that you would think, But again, hard to beat anybody 3 times at their place. You've heard that cliche a million times. Wichita State is playing much better than they played last year. I think they're to get through this weekend. On the upside of the win column, get 2 down there. I think it does put you kind of right where you want to be going into the back, kind of the home stretch of the. I mean, what we got 4 weeks left in the regular season. I think it's 4 weekend series. So I mean, it's
at Wichita, Tulane, at Cincinnati, Memphis, South Florida. So
okay, 5. So we're
and those midweek games, Mully, at Charlotte, but then at NC State. 3rd game against North Carolina, chance to get a very impressive 3-game sweep over them. At Old Dominion, and then Campbell. You gotta beat Campbell once this year. Need to get those midweek games
are big.
They're huge. Yeah, these last 5.
Yeah, they're big. So until you just read it that way, I guess I had looked at it, but I didn't realize that's kind of murderer's row for a midweek game. So, but what a great chance to make a statement and. I would much rather have those games at this part of the year when you're, kind of playing into those. So, I mean, it's another cliche, but I do think they control their own destiny to a point. The challenge is going to become what these other regional type teams do with, does Campbell. Campbell had a bad loss this past weekend. They lost the first game of their series with a team that really, shouldn't have been able to play with them. But it depends. A lot of the hosting is going to depend on what these other teams do.
And knowing Cliff Godwin, he's not going to tinker with the weekend rotation. He's going to keep that what it is. But you get Garrett Saylor back, and you hope and you think that Root, Hunter, Saylor, and whatever else you can throw is good enough to win midweek against.
Let me tell you something, and I think it's very interesting, and I'm pretty sure we talked about this early on, that I felt like Root would find himself as a starter at some point. I think it says a lot about how they feel about him, knowing that how important these midweek games are and the fact that he's going to be, he at least appears to be the midweek guy. So you got a true freshman going out getting these types of quality starts. I like his chances this year, and I think it pays huge dividends down the road.
You find it interesting he doesn't throw? We haven't seen him much weekend because midweek is his deal.
And he's a freshman, and there is a fatigue factor with a freshman. He's not the most physical kid in the world, so I think they have to be mindful of that. And you think about the way that AK and the whole staff had to manage the pitching staff last year. It's got to be almost refreshing. And I heard Chandler talking about it yesterday with the guys that a guy could settle into a role and know that I am the Saturday guy or I am the midweek guy, and that's a nice thing. And the bullpen is what allows that.
Mike Mullis joining us, talking some Pirate baseball. East Carolina in action Wednesday in Charlotte. It'll be at Truist Field coming up at 6 o'clock. Then this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, against the Shockers of Wichita State.
What are those game times, Clip, for the weekend?
7 o'clock Friday night, 3 o'clock on Saturday, and 2 o'clock on Sunday.
I thought they were a little bit different than what we've seen.
You're going to make it to Doak Field next Tuesday for ECU State?
I doubt it. I would imagine it'll probably be a fairly difficult ticket to come by, but
not for you.
Well, not for me, but I
like how you just think.
Well, I agree with you, but
all right. Mike Mullis joining us. We'll take a break, come back, more to go. Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday, more with Mully. If you got a Pirate baseball question, anything else you want to talk about, you can get that in on Facebook Live and YouTube. We got a question for Jamie we'll get to, and also a stat from Johnny Stats. Johnny Robertson has a stat for us that we'll get to when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Jeff Stein, our special guest from Brown & Wood. Hey, Jeff, electric cars are coming. What's that mean for Brown & Wood customers?
For the customers, like it or not, EV is coming. We've installed 5 electric vehicle chargers here at the dealership. We have the all-new Cadillac Lyriq coming at 1st of 2024, and we've just seen the first reservation for the new Sierra EV.
People are interested in electric vehicles. How can they get up with you?
They can visit us at brownandwood.net or 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available. Visit us at beautybarmedispa.com. Also follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Go Pirates!
In studio today with Frank Lee with Appliances Superstore. Frank, why should people go see you?
We make buying appliances easy, just that simple. We have the largest selection of in-stock appliances in Eastern North Carolina, which helps our customers save money every day. We offer a 12-month warranty on all our appliances, plus we deliver and set up your new appliances and remove your old ones. Come visit us at the Appliances Superstore off 264 behind the new DMV, or shop us online at AppliancesSuperstore.com. Remember, we make buying appliances easy at the Appliances Superstore.
Did you know that it's illegal to dig without first calling 811? 811 is a free program that locates underground utilities, marking them with flags and paint lines so you know where not to dig. Accidentally digging into utility lines interrupts service and could seriously hurt you or someone else. If you know someone who's planning to dig, encourage them to call 811 at least 3 full working days before they dig. 811 is free, it's safe, and it's the law. This message is brought to you by Greenville Utilities and this station.
The Wood Ducks are back this week against the Carolina Mudcats starting Tuesday, April 18th through Sunday, April 23rd. Kick off your weekend with Thirsty Thursday with $2 beers and peanuts. Saturday, the first 1,000 fans will receive a clear bag sponsored by Piggly Wiggly. And close out your weekend with Dogs and Dogs Day on Sunday. So bring your dog to the ballpark and get dollar hot dogs. Go online to get your tickets in advance at woodducksbaseball.com or at the box office the day of the game. See you at Granger Stadium all week long. Go Woodies!
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously. But as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Hey, Pirate Nation. This is Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty. I've been in Greenville over 25 years. I'm a proud graduate of ECU. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, then give me a call today and let me help make your real estate process fun and easy. I keep it simple and explain the process every step of the way. My goals are your goals. There are no long-term contracts, and you always deal with me from start to finish. The right home starts with the right agent. Call me, Scott Harris, at 347-1857. Go Pirates!
This is Garrett Saylor, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Baby, when I met you, there was peace unknown.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. From sales to service, Greenville Auto World has all of your vehicle needs covered. You can shop all of their inventory now at greenvilleautoworld.net. If you're also looking for someone to service your vehicle, Greenville Auto World has a full service and repair facility. They do brakes, oil changes, tires, inspections, and repair any kind of vehicle. Greenville Auto World, across from Speedway at Bells Fork and online at greenvilleautoworld.net. Thanks to Tim Sutton for his sponsorship of the program. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is Clip Rock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, watching NFL Live, and of course they're talking NFL Draft. And in this latest mock draft from Mel Kiper, he has the Titans selecting Will Levis. And it just seems like the Titans, and I know, Chad, the Titans fan, is going to tell me Ryan Tannehill is the thing, but are they just destined to never have a good quarterback again? They had Steve McNair.
Yeah, that's the last one I can think of.
And I want to look up Titans starting quarterbacks since then, because it has not been a stellar list.
Young had his 15 minutes of fame.
Very, very little.
When I say 15 minutes of fame, I literally mean 15 minutes.
I want to say they got to the playoffs his rookie year, and that was about it. So since McNair, they've had Vince Young and Kerry Collins. Collins handed it off very good to Chris Johnson. He did a good job doing that. They've had Matt Hasselbeck, Jake Locker, who retired early, said football's not for me, Fitzmagic, Zach Mettenberger, Charlie Whitehurst, Marcus Mariota didn't really.
He was okay.
He was very decent. And then you've gone to Tannehill, Malik Willis. Apparently they're ready to give up on him already. Josh Dobbs. Since Steve McNair, they just have not been able to find their guy.
Well, and I don't think this guy is necessary.
Levis. Yeah, that's kind of my point.
That's the whole thing with this draft, and you know, we've talked about some before, but you know, the Panthers making the play they did to trade up to the number one pick, and I just don't see the quarterback there that is worthy of the number one overall pick. But I guess we're going to see it.
Bryce Young appears to be that guy for Frank Reich, as we talked about it earlier. The betting odds overwhelmingly say Young will be the number one pick and not C.J. Stroud.
Isn't it amazing to you how a guy like Frank Reich, who's a recycled, recently fired head coach, now comes into another organization, but is given so much autonomy to make these
yes and no
these decisions that affect the long-term viability of the Panthers?
Well, no, because it happens all the time. Ron Rivera was given even more power in Washington than he had in Carolina after he was fired.
Well, he really couldn't screw Washington up, though. The Panthers are so much better.
Look, it's a retread game. Having said all that, I like Frank Reich. I think he was a good hire for Carolina.
I mean, what makes him? Well, I mean, in your opinion, what makes him the good hire?
I believe he has a good offensive mind. He was a Super Bowl winning offensive coordinator. They were decent but not great in Indianapolis. As
they weren't decent last year.
No, not last year.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. If like to me, like the greatest coach in the NFL right now is, I don't think there's a question, is Mike Tomlin, because he has made something out of nothing every year for how many years?
Well, I think you're wrong.
But they've got nothing.
Andy Reid.
Yeah, but you give Mike Tomlin those studs and let's see what happens. I think you do
McVay, I like Shanahan. I like a lot of guys.
I think you do your better job of It's more of an impressive job of coaching if you don't. Now it's bad GMing if you don't have players. But if the coach
I'm still going to disagree. Tomlin had Roethlisberger, Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown.
Roethlisberger's last 3 years, he was hot garbage.
They won one Super Bowl, which is great.
He was an absolute dumpster fire at the end. He was given way too much.
Okay, how about in his prime? Many years he had the all pros on offense.
Did Roethlisberger have a prime? I mean, really, if we talk about it, did he? No, seriously. The dude has always had issues.
What do you mean?
I mean, he could throw it.
Yeah, he's a quarterback. You got to throw it.
Well, no, but he could, mobility zero. He always had something going on off the field.
Okay. No, that is not true either. He had that one thing in a bathroom when he was young, and that was it. There wasn't anything else after that.
You want to Google that?
What
Roethlisberger off the field?
Sure. I
think there were more issues than that. But I mean, I just don't think Tomlin's ever had the donkeys to run with.
Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell.
Okay, that's two.
How many donkeys do you want?
Let's go. Okay, two. Now, see, this is the old clip. He loses his emotional stability.
I think this all started when you said, hands down, no argument, Mike Tomlin's the best coach. I disagree with that.
I don't think hands down, no argument was the statement.
We have it on tape.
Okay, well, we don't run tape anymore.
I have it on YouTube. I can pull it up right now.
Can't we just have a reasonable conversation as two buddies talking sports?
If you're going to be reasonable, we can.
Well, I am being reasonable.
All right. Thank you for. I needed to wake up a little bit.
Well,
you always wake me up. Let's see. We got some questions. Austin does not have a question for Mully. He did just want to say he's excited for a new edition of Name That Sound Only a Gen X or Older Knows this week. So Austin continuing to get his shots in on Shirley Rhodes. Jamie does have a couple questions. Does winning the conference and conference tournament with a decent record assure hosting a regional?
That's a great question.
He says, I think so.
That's the whole point. There's no absolute yes. I think
it'd be a lot easier if there was like a checklist.
Well, it'd be a lot easier. Okay, if we do those things and then run the table in the midweek games,
yes,
then you're in. Now, is that how probable is that? I don't know. It's going to be difficult to beat Carolina 3 times. It's going to be difficult to be beat by Campbell 3 times.
There you go.
So I mean, I don't know. That conversation's been had a lot, and I'm very curious. It will be interesting to me to see how many teams get into the conference, into the postseason, to the regionals from the conference. I mean, is it a 2-bid league?
From our conference?
Yeah.
It's 1, right?
I mean, I would think it's 1, but you could maybe sneak 2 in if you win the regular season, lose the conference tournament. Is that body of work enough to get you? I think it gets you in if you're East Carolina, but you go as a 3 seed.
Well, right now Houston has to be on the track, if anybody, because of what they did against East Carolina, and I will check in and see what they have done since then. Since we were watching Dale Murphy eat chips at AJ McMurphy's, and
I was at
tiebreakers. Sorry, they're 20-16. So.
Yeah, I mean it's
not great, Bob.
No, it's a fairly lackluster conference after the Pirates.
They've won their 2 series. They've gone 2-1, Wichita and South Florida. So, yeah, I guess they would need to crank it up. Let's see. Jamie says it would be nice to schedule Coastal Carolina for a series during the year to help balance out a weak conference schedule. I've always wanted. I mean, we played them in football. We had them here for a regional, right?
And that was a lot of fun when they were here for the regional.
I wonder why we don't see them more.
Well, I mean, obviously it's a non-answer, but it's a scheduling decision that apparently maybe the staff can't get together on it. I mean, I don't know, but it would be. It's not just Coastal Carolina. Excuse me. There are several teams that I would love to see come in for a 3-gamer that would be a kind of a regional type game. And I don't mean regional as in postseason regional, but regional competition to come in for a 3. I mean, look, Campbell for 3 games on a weekend series would be great.
Yeah, we do it. I mean, or maybe do the Coastal midweek home and home, like home and meet halfway at a minor league park or something.
Yeah, I just would like to see teams like that play. I still enjoy 3 games at our place, 3 games at your place. Our fans get the experience. Your fans get the experience. I mean, the minor league stuff is great, and I thought it was kind of interesting yesterday. Again, listening to some of the answers, I really felt like, and I would be curious again, that these guys play in such nice facilities now that the minor league ballparks,
it's not a big deal.
I wonder how big of a deal it is to the kids. But to hear them talk about it, hey, it's a place to play. They've never played before, and that's kind of cool. But I don't think there's a better environment that they could play in than when they come to Clark LeClaire Stadium on a Friday night game. Is the atmosphere is just you can't replicate that in most minor league parks.
All right, couple notes from Jamie. Says, as a diehard Colts fan, the Panthers can have Reich. He's a bad play caller.
Thank you.
Especially on the goal line. What do you mean, thank you? Why did you say thank you there? You agree. Have you seen what Steelers fans say about Mike Tomlin and play calling?
I didn't ask them that.
All right, but
I just don't.
You haven't asked anything.
I don't see how Frank Reich is deserving of being given the keys to the castle. Okay. He just got fired.
Yeah. Eric says, "Yo, Uncle Mully."
Yo.
Any new happenings going on at 5-Star Virtual you can share with us?
It's kind of quiet on that front right now.
Okay.
But we do have some. That's funny you asked. There are some. Yeah, probably the next couple of weeks there'll be some cool things to share.
All right, Eric, bring that up in a couple of weeks. And we have some stats from Johnny Robertson, our stat guy. Moylan, Hoove, and Amac are batting a combined .417 in the current 8-game winning streak. The Pirates have scored, I guess those 3 have scored a combined 34 runs during the same time. Would that be a team stat or just them 3 guys stat? 34 in 8 games? I guess it could be just them.
It would be just them because you think this past weekend the team scored, nearly 30.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Johnny Stat. And how about Hoove, Mully? Every time the collective try to be like, all right, the Hoove thing, look, great, gritty guy, it's run his course. He goes on a tear, and he does it with solid contact. He does it with his choppers. He does it in the field. When I say choppers, not his teeth, I mean his choppers over the first baseman head for a 3-run triple. He just does it. He just gets the job done.
Puts it in play. A lot to be said for putting the ball in play and keeping the ball out of the air, opposed to, launch angle and some of the things that are talked about now. I've always liked teams that didn't give up free outs through strikeouts. So he is the epitome of a really good college player. The pro prospects, but as a college player, that's the guy you want on your team. And he has done everything for this team in his time here.
And I liked, he's such a laid-back guy. I liked Josh Moylan a couple weeks ago, or last week when we talked to him, when I said, Lane, do you ever get mad about anything? He doesn't seem like he's a guy that gets mad. Josh says he'll get fired up if somebody's lacking a little bit in the hustle department, if the team, if they're not, if something doesn't look right, Hoove will get them straight. I like to hear that.
That's good. That's good. That's what you want out of a 5th year.
All right, let's see. Anything else going on, Mully man? Braves are awesome, and they're hurt.
Yes.
And they're awesome.
Well, speaking of hurt, I was going to say this before you went to the Braves thing because I just kind of caught it. What about Jalen Hurts' contract? What's your can I ask you that question without you raising your voice, or is he deserving of that contract?
Yes.
Where do you put him, like quarterbacks? Top? What do you think? Top 5?
Man. Quarterbacks. So Mahomes. Hurts or Herbert?
Hurts.
Okay. Hurts or Rodgers currently?
Hurts.
Hurts or... he's going to be pretty high up there because everybody...
you got a clear front runner.
Hurts or Tua? Hurts.
Yeah. You got Mahomes maybe Josh Allen.
Hurts or Allen? Allen.
If
that's a question, he's top 3.
Well, that's dependent in what kind of offense you're going to run. I think they are so different that it would be, that would be two very different teams.
I don't freak out about the whole highest paid player ever because that always changes. Like it changes all the time. By the way, so Aaron Rodgers does that mean he gets a pay bump? He's still a Packer.
He's the most. I don't even know how to quantify in words what is going on with that whole deal right now. Literally, I used the example yesterday, standing at a long table when this conversation came up, and I said, literally, it's like Aaron Rodgers is standing where I'm standing, and the Packers are standing at the other end, and they're both looking at each other like, all right, I'm not going to do anything. Are you going to do anything? I mean,
it's very strange.
And, an Aaron Rodgers deal, I mean, to me, he's made it fairly clear, like, I'll play for the Jets or I won't play.
Yeah. Hurts or Lamar Jackson?
Man, that's a tough one. I got to give the nod to Hurts strictly because Lamar Jackson's health.
All right. Hurts or Dak, you're definitely going Hurts there.
Yeah, I mean.
I guess Jalen Hurts is top 5-ish at this point.
And the way he got to this point in his life and career, to me, is an incredible story. Like, you just don't see guys. He went through a lot at Alabama in a very, very public eye. Pulled from a game, gets brought back in the next national championship game late. I mean, it's.
Oh, I left out a name.
It's very storybook.
I left out a name. Jansen and Robert and Jamie have brought up. Hurts or Joe Burrow?
That's a good one.
I'll take Burrow.
I may go Burrow on that one.
Yeah. So Jamie's got Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Hurts. I mean, that seems pretty
like
fair.
Yeah.
To answer your question, yes, he is top 5, who I would take right now.
And paid number 1.
What a rise!
I know everybody's talking about this, but what this does do for Lamar Jackson's negotiations? Like, it'll be interesting to see how that shakes, and where's he right now with the Ravens? Like, how do they feel about each other? Is this like, hey man, it's strictly business? We'll let the front office deal with that stuff. When it comes to football, we know what we're trying to do. I mean, it's
so the last thing we heard publicly was he requested a trade, right?
Right,
and we haven't really heard anything publicly since then. They have signed Odell Beckham since then, which felt like
is that a carrot? Does Odell Beckham?
He would probably be the best receiver Jackson's worked with there.
See, he's the Frank Reich of wide receivers. Because he tries to go to Dallas and couldn't pass physicals, but now they're going to pay him. What, they pay him like $13 million guaranteed with a incentive package up to $18 million. I mean, for a guy what has Odell done? He's got the catch.
He made 1 catch.
I'll ask you this.
He had some monster numbers, but it didn't really relate to much winning. He is a headache for teams. He did go to.
I thought he played as good as he's played with the Rams.
With the Rams, and then got hurt in the Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl,
right?
yeah.
I'll ask you the question you asked me about Allen Robinson. Does OBJ move the needle?
I don't think so. I don't think he does.
On a good receiving core, he's like number 3.
Okay, on a
good one.
I'm saying on a good in a good group of receivers, he's number 3. With the Ravens, maybe he's 2. Is he 1?
Well, who's number 1?
That's what I'm at. He can't be. I mean, if he's your number 1, you're not very good.
So they lost Hollywood Brown, who are
Duvernay.
their best receivers. They're tight end, Mark Andrews,
right?
Rashad Bateman, Nelson Aguilar. Am I looking?
Do they still have Duvernay?
If they do, Chandler, then good for them. Bateman, Devin Duvernay, Aguilar, Prochet. He's their best receiver.
Prochet.
That dude made some plays at SMU.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they are lacking in the receiver department, as they seem to always be.
Yeah, and, that's one of those positions that you would seem to be able to go out to the draft and recruit an impact, like, fairly quickly. But there's also a lot of hit-miss guys, or a lot of miss guys.
Jamie's asked a good question. When's the last time he played a full season? I will look at his games played right now on Pro Football Reference. He...
Being Lamar? Being Odell. Oh, gosh.
Has played in... Wow.
It's had to be 3 or 4 years.
2019 with the Browns, he played 16 games.
Yep.
got just over 1,000 yards. So that has been his last.
Yeah, I just don't. If that's your number one, you're in trouble.
Yep. All right, Mully, good chat today.
Yeah.
We had some highs, voices, and some lows.
Good to hear you get so impassioned again.
Mike Tomlin, hands down, best coach in football.
Yeah, I think he is.
It's okay. I like Tomlin. You had me arguing against him, and I
didn't have you doing anything. You're a grown man.
But we are on a show where we're doing a back and forth.
And there was no need to argue. It was just a conversation. I mean, it was just that. But I enjoyed it.
Thank you. We'll take a break. Come back. More to go. Hour 2, Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. Back with you after these words.
Baby, when I met you, there was peace unknown. I set out to get
the best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers.
Zero means zero at Bostic Sugg Furniture. Zero minimum purchase, zero interest, zero sales tax. Today at Bostic Sugg, zero gets you everything. Beautiful sofas, sectionals, and motion furniture, dining sets, and bedrooms. Then get a discount equal to double the sales tax or 72 months zero interest with zero minimum purchase. Plus, sleep better on a new Restonic or Serta mattress with a power base. Zero means zero, but there's zero time to waste. So hurry to Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Greetings, friends of Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and a multitude of advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,500 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. We are currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. If you want to be part of a thriving school system that focuses on educating students, growing our employees, and promoting positive mental and physical health initiatives, we encourage you to become a part of our Pitt County Schools family to help ensure success for the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org. And remember, education is truly a team effort. Pitt County Schools. Live and lead.
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
Your vehicle is a big part of your life. That's why you should trust the team at Greenville Auto World for all your vehicle needs. Greenville Auto World believes in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right. Visit greenvilleautoworld.net to see their fully stocked inventory of SUVs, trucks, and cars. Need a lift kit, custom rims, or wheels? Greenville Auto World can upgrade your vehicle today. For sales or service, visit Greenville Auto World on Highway 43 in Greenville.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
Coco's Sports Bar and Restaurant, located in the old Professor O'Cool's location, has daily lunch specials from 11 to 5, including their famous $1 wing special Monday through Wednesday all day long. Coco's has entertainment every Tuesday with country western night and karaoke on Thursday starting at 8. Take advantage of their weekly fresh fruit margarita specials and be sure to try the best Philly ribeye steak rolls in town while you're at it. Coco's Sports Bar and Restaurant, Greenville's Diamond in the Rough. Check them out on Facebook for more information. Go Pirates!
This is Marcus Crandall, former ECU Pirate and Grey Cup champion. And you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. You can join the over 62,000 followers today. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
All right, that chat from Mully, maybe you want to do a little exercise here with Chandler. Are you up for an exercise?
Sure.
Jazzercise. My internets are messed up.
Jazz hands.
I want to play Would You Rather Have the number one pick or this particular quarterback?
Okay.
With you. Because I was thinking about this.
All right.
How, Mully said when the Panthers traded up, is there a quarterback worth getting in this draft to give up all that capital for? So we'll go in the Panthers fan opinion, Chandler Honeycutt, and just looking at and we don't know what Bryce Young's going to be.
We don't know what C.J. Stroud's going to be.
We don't. But would you rather have Josh Allen or the number one pick?
Josh Allen.
Tua or the number one pick?
Number one pick.
Okay. Mac Jones or the number one pick?
Number one pick.
Did you really have to think about that?
Number one pick.
Okay.
I didn't have to think about it too long.
Who's the Jets quarterback? Zach Wilson currently?
Number one pick.
Yeah. Burrow or number one?
Yeah, all right, Burrow.
Lamar or number one?
Lamar.
Kenny Pickett or number one?
Number one.
Okay. Deshaun Watson or number one?
Number one.
Really?
After what we saw last year when he came back.
Oh, so it didn't matter what off the field. You're talking strictly on the field? If you're talking strictly on the field, this is not my game. This is your game. I would clearly take just Deshaun Watson over Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud. But it's your game. And you're saying number one pick.
Number one pick.
Okay. Let's see. Well, the Titans are going to the how about Trevor Lawrence or number one?
I'll go Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, you should. Ryan Tannehill or number one?
Number one.
Okay. Colts. Do the Colts have a quarterback? They're going to draft a guy?
Yeah, I think
Davis, what's the guy's what's the dude's name for Houston?
Mills.
Davis Mills or number one?
Number one.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Mahomes or number one?
Mahomes.
Gilbert or number one?
Gilbert?
Or the Chargers quarterback.
Justin Herbert.
Herbert, yeah.
I go to Herbert.
How about Carr went to the Saints, right? Yeah. Carr number one.
Number one.
I think you are. I hope this number one hits for you, Chandler. I really hope it does. Russell Wilson or number one?
Man, I've been ready for you to ask me this one. Russell Wilson.
Yeah, you got to, man.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I know how bad he was last year.
Russell Wilson.
But you don't know what these rookies are going to be. Hurts or number one?
Hurts.
Dak or number one?
Dak.
Daniel Jones or number one? Interesting.
Number one.
I think I'm taking Danny Dimes. I can't believe it. Sam Howell or number one?
Number one.
Kirk Cousins or number one?
I'd go Kirk Cousins.
Jared Goff or number one?
Number one.
I guess you'd rather have, Aaron Rodgers or number one.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. How about Jordan Love or number one?
Number one.
Yeah, me too. And how about Justin Fields or number one?
Justin Fields.
Really?
I think so.
You're going to give him a shot. All right.
That means we can get DJ Moore back.
Who's the Bucs quarterback?
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield or number one?
Number one.
Jameis or number one?
Number one.
Yeah, I don't understand the Jameis doubt. Play Jameis. Why did he not play last year?
He's going to throw 40 touchdowns, but he's going to throw 40 interceptions, so it evens out.
Desmond Ridder or number one?
Number one.
Yeah. How about Brock Purdy or number one?
Number one.
Jimmy Garoppolo or number one? Number one. You like Jimmy G?
Kinda.
Who's the other Niners quarterback that can't
Trey Lance.
play? Trey Lance or number one?
Number one.
But you're taking Jimmy G?
No, I tell you what. No, I'll take Trey Lance and I'll give up Jimmy G for number one.
Geno Smith or number one?
Number one.
Wow. Who's the Rams quarterback? Oh, yeah, they still have Stafford coming off injury. Stafford or number one?
Stafford.
Yeah. And Kyler Murray, the Cardinals won 4 games last year. Kyler Murray or number one? That might be the best one yet.
Because the guy that's minus 2,000 is basically the same size.
He's very Kyler Murray-ish.
I just go number one.
All right, it sounds like you are ready to roll the dice with Bryce Young. Because you passed up on some guys that you've had a sample size of.
Yeah, I'm ready to take that jump. I guess that jump that we haven't had a chance to take in the past, but we're here now. We've already took a jump by going from the 9th pick to the 1st overall pick. That just tells me that there's a lot of confidence in this front office for the Panthers, whether it's Scott Fitter, David Tepper, or the head football coach Frank Reich. That they like one of these guys, whether it's C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young. Right now, it sounds like it's Bryce Young, but they have confidence in this quarterback draft class, especially from those two.
Oh, okay. So I asked who the Colts quarterback was. The Colts fan, Jamie says, ECU alum Gardner Minshew or Folk.
Nick Folk.
All right, those guys or
number one.
Number one. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I would love Minshew as a backup. That'd be fun.
Robert's broken down the film. He says when you break down the film on Bryce Young, he's clearly a quality quarterback, 20% better than Stroud.
20%?
Nice.
Wow.
I think
he's just trying to be better than Johnny Stats.
How did you come up with that number? How did you break it down and then say this is Robert Dietrich? 20% better than Stroud. All right.
I'm
going to take your word for it. Cass said, are the Commanders getting a tight end in the first round this year? Clip. I hope not. I hope they...
What do you hope they get?
I guess I hope they get one of a corner. I've seen Porter Jr.'s name a lot, so I think that's going to be my pick. But I don't know. They need secondary help. Could always use an O-lineman. They were good on defense. We need a linebacker, but that is not a premium position now in the NFL. So
what you really needed was new ownership, and it looks like that's what you're getting.
Yeah, I've seen Robinson too from the running back from Texas, which I do not like the idea of getting a running back in the first round, but I don't know. Talked to some people last week that said he is a McCaffrey-ish game-changing kind of guy.
Wow.
Which will be fun to have in the offense, but I don't know. I'd rather if they can get a good corner, I would certainly be happy with that in the first round. We're in that no man's land, which they could have made the playoffs, but Ron Rivera started Carson Wentz and he threw 3 interceptions against the Browns.
Guess what I haven't done?
I don't know if I've brought that up yet, but I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Guess what I haven't done that I've done in the past.
Your homework.
Well, that.
Okay.
But guess what I haven't done that I've done in the past, and Thursday will be a week away from the draft.
Looked at a mock draft.
Boom.
Well, I mean, there's no real reason to when you have the number one pick.
I used to love it, though. I used to just love to look at them. I guess now, I guess it's because there's really just two options for the Panthers.
Yeah, there's
not much to look at.
Yeah.
So, I guess that kind of answers why I haven't looked.
You're going to see one,
which is weird.
Two names.
Haven't had a number one pick since Cam.
That worked out for you.
Yes.
I would say. Some disagree. There are a lot of Cam haters out there.
A lot.
Yeah. But MVP, went to a Super Bowl.
Took us to a Super Bowl.
Didn't dive on the fumble.
Yeah. Don't get Redbeard riled up.
So there you go. All right. Bryce Williams joining us coming up hour number 3. We'll talk more NFL. Did y'all play the clip of the former Pirate with the interception this weekend?
Warren Sapa?
Yeah.
We played it yesterday.
You still got it?
Yeah, I still have it.
I want to hit that again. I want to talk about Bryce joining up with the AAF and that not working out. And now, like, if these leagues were around then, what could have been for Bryce Williams? Could have seen him on TV every weekend. Kenny says Alabama and Ohio State quarterbacks don't work out.
That's the thing about Stroud that I
Sign Jalen Hurts.
That's
the highest paid quarterback ever.
Yeah. But that's the thing I thought about with Stroud when we first were, talking about Stroud and maybe him being the first pick. And
Washington drafted one, Dwayne Haskins, rest in peace, didn't work out.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen a lot of cases because you look at Alabama and Ohio State's offense on film, it's just clean pockets and throwing to NFL receivers. So it really is hard to judge from game film. That might be where the workouts, the combines, things like that actually help scouts when you're breaking down quarterbacks who had those clean pockets and great receivers,
Yeah.
Trying to separate them from others. All right, we'll take a break, come back. More to go. Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live, back with you after this.
It's not unusual to be sad with anyone. But if I ever find that you've changed...
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
Are you one of the estimated 17 million people in the U.S. suffering from dry eye disorders that are not resolved using over-the-counter or prescription eye drops? Ask Arc Point Labs about Serum Tears, a natural dry eye solution. At Arc Point Labs, Serum Tears are tailor-made for you from a quick blood draw, providing a sterile and natural option to help those with dry eye conditions. Contact your ophthalmologist or optometrist for a prescription or contact Arc Point Labs to help you find one. Visit Arc Point Labs' new location on Dickinson Avenue near the intersection of Arlington Boulevard or schedule online at arcpointlabs.com.
At Papa John's, we start with better. Like our fresh, never frozen dough made from 6 simple ingredients. And our dough can save you dough. Get 2 or more Papa Pairings favorites for just $6.99 each. Order now on the app from Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates.
Spring is in the air at your CBD store. Make them your go-to shop for all natural sleep, calm, recovery, and wellness products. Their trusted products are award-winning, third-party tested, and only available at your CBD store. Get 15% off any purchase. Just mention the code SPRING. New gifts and accessories are also in stock. Everything from CBD to charcuterie boards. Spring on by to your CBD store today. Open 7 days a week. Call ahead for pickup at 999-5127. Your CBD store, 420 East Arlington Boulevard, beside Jet's Pizza.
Winslow's is now Fifth Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room. With a brand new look, Fifth Street Hardware also has a new menu and serving lunch and dinner every Tuesday through Sunday and brunch starting at 10:30 on Sundays. What else is new? Well, they have poker every Tuesday night, Trivia Wednesday with DJ Captain Morgan, and on Friday and Saturday nights, they have live music open till 2 a.m., serving light appetizers all night long. New look, new name, same location on Fifth Street. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram for more specials. Fifth Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room.
We have some pretty refreshing news coming to you from Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer. It's called the Essential Collection. It's made with coconut water and real fruit juice, so you know it's always going to have a refreshing, superior taste. Plus, it's only 90 calories and has 0 added sugar. This might just be the most refreshing seltzer yet. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer Essential Collection. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank that's in your corner when you need them. This is Chris Richards from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Ashley Capps, Bonner Latham, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business, come and see one of our experienced team members at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Member FDIC.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, Pirate Nation, Integrity Home Mortgages here. If you're looking to purchase a home, contact Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir today. The Integrity Home Mortgage team offers over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with the superior customer service you deserve before, during, and after your real estate transaction. To get started, contact Talbot Green, Braxton Green, or Joanne Weir. Integrity Home Mortgage, Pirates supporting Pirates. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Hi, back with you, Pirate Radio Live here. What you need to do?
That one.
Bryce is, well, he's a brand new man, Shirley. First of all, hit that music.
I saw the light, I was baptized by the fire in your touch and the flame in your eyes. I'm born
you need more ears?
Again.
That's as much as it goes.
That's why. They were flipped around.
Okay. That shouldn't be a huge difference for you. You okay?
Maybe I got cloggage in my ear. I don't know.
All right. Bryce is here. Really, you're a DIY guy in a lot of phases, right? Do it yourself.
Yeah, oh yeah, pretty much.
And you just go right in. You're fixing your headphones there. Yeah. You don't knock on bathroom doors. No. You just kind of walk right in.
Walk right in.
When somebody's in the bathroom with the door closed.
Hey.
Which happened to me a moment ago.
Exactly.
I thought that shutting the door would be all I need to do to have my privacy in the bathroom. But
typically, I'm all for opening new doors, you know.
Apparently, I have to go with the lock when Bryce is here. Gotta lock up because he just ran right on in there.
Barged right on in like on the place.
I was washing my hands, and next thing I know, there's a 6'6" guy standing there looking at me. So, Bryce, good to see you, buddy.
Good to see y'all.
What's new?
Not too much.
I was driving down the road in the country with my wife the other day, and she said, I saw a turkey in that field for the first time. And then I thought of my man, Bryce Williams.
A lot of that.
Looking at him?
There, but
Hey.
Well, looking at him and chasing them and, you know.
Trying to get them.
That's about all.
All right, so NFL draft next Thursday, Bryce. But there is some football happening right now. The USFL and the XFL. And former Pirate safety Warren Saba made a play this weekend. He did not play. He got hurt in the first game last year. Didn't play all season.
Dang.
Back this year and made a play on their opening day.
Bahar is intercepted. He fired it to the outside, and this pass is picked. It's Saba with the football, and Saba cutting it back, trying to get a pick six, wants to extend for that goal line. It takes it down inside the 5-yard line. It's Kenji Bahar who ran him down as Saba was thinking pick six all the way. Warren Saba out of East Carolina. He had 4 picks at East Carolina his senior year alone.
Jack, it's 2 slants, and Saba's covering the inside slant, and he jumps the outside slant. You got to see what the inside cover guy does. A savvy move by Saba, and a big-time play for the Panthers. And what a tackle by Kenji Bahar. Things were starting, the Panthers were reeling a little bit. They had the block punt. They had the unnecessary roughness. One more time, a big play by Saba changes the momentum of the whole thing.
Saba's ECU teammates were getting on him for not getting in the end zone. I saw some turtle emojis. And when you got inside the 5, Bryce just could not get to the goal line.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you remember that. Defensive guys getting on other guys for not sealing the deal.
Always.
Yeah.
Which was funny.
But good for Warren Saba. So I've seen that clip several times. I first saw it in the press box watching ECU play baseball this weekend. So I hadn't heard it. That's the first time I've heard it. And I got to say, not a Jack Collinsworth guy. How do you feel about Jack Collinsworth, Chandler?
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even know that was him until now you said it, and I knew that voice sounded familiar.
Yeah,
but I wasn't thinking about Jack. I was thinking about his dad.
I like Chris Collinsworth
because him and his dad's got that similar tone.
Yeah, they do.
But yeah, not. He's usually on the sidelines doing sideline reporting. So the play-by-play, I think he's got some work to do.
Yeah, but that's something I noticed out of that clip.
Now here's the guy.
But Bryce, so you had a very tumultuous relationship with the AAF. Which did not even last a full season, which was a bummer.
Yeah.
And now you have 2 leagues that are going on that are funded, that have backing, and looks like they are going to stick around. And I mean, it's just kind of a shame, but like if you go 6 years previous to this and these are around and you're playing, could have been a different story for you.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I could either, I guess, be XFL or USFL. I guess if I had to choose, I don't really know who I'd go with. Which one? Who has Skip Holtz on? Is it
USFL.
USFL.
So maybe I'd go that route.
Yeah.
Potential.
With the intention of making plays, getting your name out there, and getting back to the NFL.
Yeah, yeah.
But AAF was you. First of all, you had the team dynamic, and you said that maybe you were kind of looked over from that department.
Yeah.
But then the league itself had its own issues, which was a joke, right?
It was. It definitely was. I tell you what, they do a good job of selling it.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it was just all this. You get, oh gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? Incentives like for big games or whatever, like for points or the individual players and things like that. They talk that up. Something about like paying for school and all sorts of just jibber jabber that clearly led to nothing. So good riddance to them.
Yeah, and the old used car salesman got you on that. Gave you a jalopy, or is that what you call it?
Yeah,
a stinker.
Yeah.
Eric's got a question for you. Hey, Bryce, if you had to take down a grizzly bear, would you rather have 1 round of 10 millimeter or 10 rounds of 22? I know. Would you rather for Bryce Williams?
Gosh, that's tough. Probably. I'm just gonna go 10 rounds of 22 just to up my chances of hitting an eyeball or it potentially hitting the skull, going through the skull.
Okay, so I'm assuming I don't know anything about gun talk. If you hit another part of the bear with the 22, it's not going to do much.
Yeah. I mean, say you just hit him in the legs and the shoulders, and he's running. He's not going to do much to him.
All right. By the way, I watched a movie late last week, gentleman and lady, and that movie was called Cocaine Bear. Cocaine Bear.
Your assessment of the movie, sir?
It's if you're just looking for something dumb, like entertaining, not great writing or even the best plot. If you just want some action, adventure, some hilarious gore, then yeah, it's fine. I would say it's worth a watch.
Okay.
But don't go into it thinking you're going to find like the new Godfather or your favorite movie.
If you're one of these people that love a good storyline or it being serious, and
no, it's not that.
There.
That's what. Yeah.
But it's a good like.
Is it like painful to watch as far as like, man, this is terrible, or is it?
The CGI is pretty bad. I thought. If anybody else has seen it, you can give your opinion on it. But I didn't really care. It's about the. Oh my gosh, this is happening.
What's it on?
I believe I watched it on Peacock.
Okay.
But I watched it on one of the streaming services I had. Now, there is. Have you ever seen this, Bryce? Like the trailer or anything? Heard of it?
I've like heard the name. That's
yeah.
I haven't heard.
So it's based very, very loosely on a true story, where there was a plane coming overhead. Cocaine was dumped out of the plane. Guy's parachute didn't work. He splatters like in front of an old man's yard in Tennessee or whatever. And they had like actual footage of it. And they had Tom Brokaw on NBC Nightly News talking about like the real footage of that. So there was actually like cocaine spilled and the parachute and all that happened. And I believe a bear got a hold of it. But instead of going crazy and on a rampage, the bear just died. So they said, well, that doesn't make a good movie. A good movie would be if a bear went nuts and just started killing people.
Right.
So there you go. Cocaine Bear. If you are looking for some mindless entertainment, then go for it. Jamie says, R.I.P. Ray Liotta. That was his last movie. That is correct. Ray Liotta from Goodfellas and other movies fame. Was in Cocaine Bear. All right. So a little bit on USFL, XFL. Bryce, I do have some ECU news.
I've seen several transfers, more transfers.
Have you seen a tight end transfer?
I saw that. I was going to actually comment on that.
I hope you got your lunch to go because Mac's lunch is gone.
Yeah, he's gone, which that's fine.
I mean, the thought of having a German catch a touchdown pass for ECU, I was very excited about it, but nope, not going to happen. Going to be all Americans at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's too late for guys. I guess it's not too late for other tight ends to come in.
Oh, not at all. And the Pirates will probably add, I would think, a receiver. What they have a tight end right now with Shane Calhoun, with Tyler Savage, and maybe some newcomers on that roster. They probably feel pretty decent about it, especially with Calhoun. And Savage was a guy that just kind of moved inside from a receiver position. But, I don't see that as being a major loss for this team.
Yeah, no.
So, but I am interested to see because it was this time last year we added Isaiah Winstead, who went on to have a monster season for East Carolina.
Yeah.
So,
it'd be cool to get a guy in there that's maybe 6'6", kind of a big stature guy. But what we got now is with Shane. I feel good about it.
Oh man, I meant to. Might have to take a break and see if I can pull this up. I do have one Donnie Kirkpatrick answer from a question I asked last week that I want to play. But I also want to play your answers.
Yeah, I forgot.
His answers for your questions.
Yeah.
So, Shirley, let's take a break. We'll come back. I will get that for you, Bryce, and we'll play that. Talk some Pirate football. I have a game I want to play. We'll go Pirate Radio Outdoors, and we'll make you a winner. And if you have any questions, comments, you can get them in Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. A lot more to go with Bryce Williams, Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. We're back after this.
Upside down, boy, you turn me inside out and round and round.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is your one-stop service shop. It doesn't matter the make or model. If you live in or near Beaufort County, you need to check out the super nice service facility at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They're open 6 days a week and offer Saturday service from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram also takes walk-ins all day, and they specialize in off-road packaging. Washington Off-Road specializes in budget-friendly adventure packages for Jeep, Ram, and all other makes. And if you're in the market for a used car or truck, General Manager Kyle Gaines and his great staff have been stocking up their used car inventory, and they can now offer vehicles from $59.99 and up. New Rams, Jeeps, Chrysler, and Dodge cars, and a terrific used car inventory of all makes and models. The place to go is Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Highway 264 in Washington. Drive a little, save a lot.
At US Cellular, you can get one line for just $29.99 with unlimited data, which is good news for you, friendly hermit who shuns society and lives in a cabin all by himself.
Wow, thanks. You know, you'd be surprised how much data a hermit goes through.
Actually, I'm not that surprised at all. US Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Come pop a top at Jarvis Street Bottle Shop. Jarvis Street Bottle Shop is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. Hosting a tailgate? Stop by the shop and grab a keg for your party or event. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating NC craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by the shop Tuesday through Sunday or check them out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Familia is your go-to spot for the best Italian dishes around, including pizzas, pastas, salads, and homemade desserts.
That's Familia.
Enjoy half-off wine night on Wednesdays, $3 drafts on Thursdays, or get a pizza of the week for just $12.
That's Familia.
Place your order online or call 689-6330, and Familia will have your order ready in their drive-thru window for pickup.
That's Familia.
Clip, really?
Oh, sorry.
Familia on Fire Tower Road in Winterville near Pitt Community College.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
This is Coach Donnie Kirkpatrick, offense coordinator for ECU football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Ease Plumbing, Viva Electric, and Roland Black Heating and Cooling have teamed up to form New Blue Service Group, offering Eastern North Carolina the best in plumbing, electrical, and HVAC services. Same great local team, same great local service, just a new name. For plumbing, electrical, and HVAC services, go to callnewblue.com. That's callnublue.com. New Blue Service Group, where we are redefining service excellence. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
New Blue. Glad to have them aboard.
I say new. You say blue. New.
Blue.
New.
Blue.
New.
Blue.
New.
Blue.
New.
Blue.
New.
Blue.
New.
Blue.
New.
Blue.
New.
Blue.
New. New.
Blue. Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt, Bryce Williams joining us here inside the Pirate Radio studios. Great week last week. We had a lot of football talk for you. Mike Houston Monday on the Brian Bailey Show. Donnie Kirkpatrick Wednesday on this show. Blake Harrell Thursday on this show. So if you missed any of that, it's available podcast form, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you want it. You can get it. A lot of great Pirate football talk. So last Tuesday, I told Bryce, I said, hey, we're going to have your old inside receivers coach, Donnie Kirkpatrick, here on the show, offensive coordinator, OC, here on the show. And if you got some questions, get them on tape, and I'll pass them along to Donnie Kirkpatrick. And we did that. So let's hear the answers to Bryce's questions for Donnie Kirkpatrick. Donnie Kirkpatrick joining us, Coach. I want to make sure we get this in. Yesterday, Bryce Williams joined us on the show, and I told him you were coming on. And I said, all right, Bryce, you're going one-on-one right now with Donnie Kirkpatrick. What questions do you want to ask? And he said he had 3 for us. So, Shirley, let's hit question 1 from Bryce Williams to Donnie Kirkpatrick.
Coach K, I know you're listening. First question, what would you say your favorite number? What is the first number that comes to your mind?
All right, your favorite number. He said it was a number he used to say a lot. Do you know that number he's talking about?
My favorite number, well, I think he's wanting his jersey number to be the answer, which if I remember correctly, was 81. I don't know. His hair was so long at that time, it was a little hard sometimes to read his number. But I will say this, the number 17.
There it is.
Has been very, very good for me, and that's kind of been my lucky number in that there were some pretty good dudes that wore 17. But I don't know. 7 and 2 did some great things too, but they probably remember me talking about 17 being my lucky number.
He said, if I text Zay Jones, if I text other guys right now, what's Donnie's favorite number? He would say 17. He said, which, hey, that's a good one to go on. Anytime you can talk about Dwayne Harris and 17, yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, that was true. And then I had Brian Soar, who GA'd for us a little bit, was the National Player of the Year at James Madison. We won the national championship. He wore 17.
Man.
So at that point, I confirmed that's a pretty lucky number.
That is the number. All right, there's question 1. That's the answer he thought you'd say. Question 2.
Second question is, what is the percentage the tight end will be the first read on the pass plays? I know what number I got in my head that I'm slightly biased towards. I'm going to see what you answer.
All right, interesting question, Coach. What you got for that?
Yeah, I know the answer he's looking for is that he will be the first read. So, you know what? I am looking for Shane Calhoun to really, really get more involved in the passing game with Ryan leaving a little bit, and we're putting a lot of emphasis on that. And I know that Mason and him used to room together, so they've got a little bit of that mojo going and that chemistry going too. It was easy when Bryce, not to just brag on your people there, but when Bryce was out there at the tight end, it definitely should have been probably the first read.
All right, well, he's a big Calhoun fan because, by the way, Bryce wore 80 just like Calhoun, so he's pulling for number 80 out there.
I was close.
Yeah, you were on one off. All right, he said he had 3 questions. Let's hear the third one.
You know, my third one is I'm drawing a blank, Coach K. So, I will stick with 2 if something pops up there, and as I go along, I'll throw one out there.
That sounds about right, Coach? Bryce couldn't come up with the third one for you.
Well, he hasn't changed much. I remember right.
There you go, Bryce. Your 2 questions answered, 1 was never asked. So
yeah, that's true. And he didn't remember my number.
Boy, did that hurt you?
81. Golly, that was Jimmy Williams. Good.
Old Jimmy.
So I had a little chat with Coach K about not remembering my number. I only saw it for 3 years. But
he gave you a compliment.
He did. So I do appreciate that, Coach K.
And didn't really give us an answer for your second question. but did say that Shane Calhoun will be a big. I believe him when he says that. I think Calhoun will have increased numbers this year.
Yeah, most definitely. I think that'd be a good move.
And you were right on the 17.
Oh, of
good
course.
call there.
Yeah.
How about and so he went on after his days here and had another Player of the Year 17.
Yes, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. I asked him about the quarterbacks, because we want a depth chart, right? We want to look at who the starter is, who the backup is. How about at the quarterback position? We'll play a little bit of this. I played it for Crandall Cranman the other day. I want to get your take on it because I'm not going to put anything in your head. I just want you to hear what he says. So here you go. You can play that, Charlie. Donnie Kirkpatrick joining us. Let's talk about these quarterbacks on the roster, Coach. And, everybody wants to know who the starters are, who the depth chart, what's the depth chart even as we sit here in April. So as you look at it now, is Mason Garcia the starter this fall when East Carolina takes the field? Is there a battle between him and Alex Flynn? And Mike Houston said you guys are going to bring in another quarterback from the portal. Can you give us any insight on that situation with the QB room?
Yeah, I don't. As coaches, we don't really sit around and talk much about, who are the first 11, or stuff like that. We talk more probably in terms of who is at the level right now that's good enough to play on Saturdays and give our team a chance to win. So we never really see it as maybe just 11 guys or just one guy at a position, because we know you're always one play away from having to play the next guy anyhow. We're always just trying to get as many guys, what we call above the line or in that, 1-1A type thing. And so I know quarterback's a little different because you don't normally play more than one quarterback. Like, you play 6, 7 wide receivers. You'd like to play 7, 8, 9 offensive linemen. There are other positions you even play more of those guys. But the quarterback, it's usually one more guy, and I know that's always the excitement about who's going to be the starting quarterback. I think that we have 2 guys right now that are good enough to lead our team on Saturday and go win. Raheem's going to be there. He's a high school senior right now, and right now he's thinking about going back to Spartanburg and going to the prom and doing some things like that. So we don't feel like he's ready right now. We're glad he came early. It will put him way ahead. But, at the level we want to play at, we're not going to throw that on him. We don't think that's where he's at. But Mason obviously has waited his turn, been very loyal to the program. He's got a lot of people try to tell him what he needs to do, and he's ignored all that and done what's best for him. And he had a good spring. He really did. He had really 3 good scrimmages and worked through that. He's really, really improved, I think, in all his aspects, especially his leadership and his commitment to being better. I know a lot of people are thinking, how did Alex Flynn all of a sudden just appear, which he really did not. Alex was really trending last year. It's just, like you say, you don't usually play more than one quarterback. And Holton's one of those guys that, his best ability was his availability and his durability. He just, though he was banged up, he never came out of the game. He never really told anybody till Sunday that his shoulder came out of place or that knee was hurt. So we didn't get guys in much, but he was really practicing well. So I wasn't shocked that he came out with an opportunity to get more reps. He lit it up. Especially, I know more people got to see the spring game than they did the other scrimmages. He was the difference in the game.
Alex Flynn, Mason Garcia. So Donnie Kirkpatrick likes them both, Bryce, which means that's good. We got 2 that can win. Bad part is we don't have one that's separated themselves from the other, which is kind of a different way to look at that. And it makes me, I don't know if concern's the word, but I'll say I'm surprised it appears we're going to have a quarterback battle this fall heading into Michigan, where I thought it would be, all right, Mason's 1, Alex is 2. We'll see what happens at 3.
Yeah, I was actually just talking to a friend about that who went to the spring game. We were talking about the quarterbacks and everything, and I guess depending if it's just a huge difference in performance from this past spring, but if they're similar, I think it would be too early to claim a starter. That way one guy doesn't could potentially sort of get complacent if he's like, oh, I'm already starter going into this fall camp deal. I think it's a good thing that there's going to be a quarterback battle. So it's going to make guys, I think, even work harder. Obviously they both have great ability, so it's going to go down to decision making, and obviously knowing your plays and what your defenses you're going up against. So I'm definitely anxious to see who they claim, because it definitely doesn't seem like it's going to be a handout.
And this is the first year in a while we've had these questions leading into a season. It was, Ehlers for the longest time. Yeah. I'm trying to think back. So it was Reed Herring and Nelson or Minshew. I'm trying. All those years kind of jumbled together. But even going back to your last year here, Bryce, Benkert was going to be the guy. He got hurt. Was it fall camp? Was it right before the season?
Maybe
or was it
before
spring?
The season or something.
I think it was before. I think it was like early fall camp.
Yeah,
it was fall camp.
It was something like that, yeah.
And then you go with Kemp and bring Summers.
We actually did play multiple quarterbacks.
Yeah, you did. You remember that well.
Not normally teams do that, but we did.
You remember that quite well. And then after that, we went on a string of seasons where we didn't have just one, because there was Philip Nelson, who
James Summers,
looking pretty good but got hurt. And we saw some of Minshew, and then it was like Minshew and Thomas Sirk, and then maybe Minshew and Herring, and then Herring and Ehlers, and we finally got some stability with Ehlers, and they're going to name a starter this year, and we'll see if it's stuck with. It kind of, I don't know if this is going to be like a Rio Johnson Shane situation.
Oh yes, that
you were here then, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And Shane was a little nicked up, and they named Rio the starter.
Yeah,
he starts 2 games, and then that's it.
He started the Appalachian State game, had like a couple. He had a rushing touchdown, had a couple of passing touchdowns. Then they went to South Carolina the very next week. Didn't look good, and then here comes Shane.
And
Harden.
then Shane took over, never came out. So I don't know. It's just it's a tricky situation to be in when you don't have that guy. Maybe ECU does have that guy, but right now it looks like we're going to have a battle leading into the season. So just interesting. All right, let's open up the booty bag, Shillery.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
What are we giving away today?
Shrimp taco lunch, courtesy of Chico's.
Man, that would be good. 317-1250. What number call are you looking for, Shirley?
6.
Caller 6. All right, I got a question from Eric and a question from John to ask Bryce. Well, also, I got a little game for y'all. We'll go Pirate Radio Outdoors, and we'll have our winner. All of that as we roll on. Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates. They're open every day and have live music every night, along with 18 big screen TVs to watch all your favorite sporting events. Tuesday, it's karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesdays, it's line dancing. Thursday night is the dance party with DJ Kid Scene. And live music every Friday and Saturday night with the best bands on the East Coast. Follow the Buck on Instagram for more information on scheduled events, and we'll see you at the Buck.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. Jeff, what can you do for people looking for a new vehicle in 2023?
We can show the people the number one selling car in the region, the Buick Encore, the Encore GX, the Envision, and the Buick Enclave. We've also got Cadillac dominating the market with the XT4, XT5, and XT6, and we continue to get new GMC Sierra trucks in daily. Please come see us at 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
There's a common misbelief today that to make it further, you need to push yourself, that you need to give up any joy to continue your rigid routine. Or you could try another way. Take some time to enjoy life, like having a Michelob Ultra with friends, because happiness is essential to living an exceptional life. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
It's bow time. Sometimes the craving for Bojangles Supremes is so strong you've just gotta have them. Even when your gas tank is on empty and Bojangles is still 10 miles down the highway. Nothing beats the flavor of Bojangles' juicy golden Supremes, especially when they're part of a perfect combo with 4 boldly seasoned chicken Supremes, a made-from-scratch biscuit, fixin', and some legendary iced tea. The only thing that can satisfy your hunger is that delicious southern flavor. So when the craving is supreme, put the pedal to the metal. It's bow time.
In studio today with Frank Lee with Appliances Superstore. Frank, why should people go see you?
We make buying appliances easy, just that simple. We have the largest selection of in-stock appliances in Eastern North Carolina, which helps our customers save money every day. We offer a 12-month warranty on our appliances, plus we deliver and set up your new appliances and remove your old ones. Come visit us at the Appliances Superstore off 264 behind the new DMV or shop us online at AppliancesSuperstore.com. Remember, we make buying appliances easy at the Appliances Superstore.
I'm going to play some kickball.
Let's go!
Robbie's Clubhouse invites you to play a little kickball on Saturday, April 29th from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. at the Sarah Law Softball Fields located on Reedy Branch Road in Winterville. The event is open to everyone of all ages. Come join the fun while helping the special needs community by joining us in some friendly kickball. To sign up, go to eventbrite.com and search Robbie's Clubhouse, and we'll see you on April 29th.
Hi, this is Brian Meador from East Carolina Athletics. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Well, contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medispa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available by calling 752-1406 or visiting beautybarmedispa.com. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and congratulations to Daryl Lambert of Greenville. Walked away with lunch courtesy of Chico's. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Oh, Lambo. I like to give our listeners nicknames like the Kink.
The King.
The King.
The King was
Lonnie
a recent,
Kinker.
He was a recent
Lonnie
winner.
Kinker.
Lonnie Kinker.
Kinker.
The Kink.
The Kink. All right, couple of questions for Bryce. Eric says, if Bryce was a wrestler, what would his finisher be?
Probably some kind
The
of
old hog tie.
I'll take that.
All right, no.
Hog tie.
You come up with the move, and then we'll give it a name, knowing you and your hunting and fishing. Like, what would be the move you would do in the ring?
I'm trying to think of something as far as like a. I can't really do anything like a gun or a bow.
You could do like a big a bow punch.
Yeah, a bow punch.
Oh,
yeah, probably something like that.
A bow punch.
That or
yeah, you pull it out.
Or like a cast to like a smack there.
A chop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had a
The
tag
final cast.
The final cast.
Hey, if you had a tag team partner and your tag team partner was in there and had the guy on the ground, he's knocked out, he's rolling around, he tags you in, then you like cast a line and have him drag him over as you're rolling like that.
Yeah.
There we go.
And then you, I don't know, you cut the
chop, smack, stomp on him.
All right.
You hold him like you hold a bass.
Exactly.
You hold him like this.
Gill him.
All right. So, Bryce, question 2 from John. Slate, mouth, or box call?
Not a box call. I don't have one of those. I prefer mouth call because obviously hands free. I do like the sound of a slate call, but I've kind of been more so doing more running and gunning, so I haven't like stopped to really hang out. But I do like a slate call, but probably mouth call if I had to go with one.
All right. If you have a question for Bryce, you can get it in. He won't answer it. I got a little movie trivia for y'all today. Some of these are really easy. Some are difficult. I'll give the difficult ones to Shirley because I trust her way more than you guys. So Shirley, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
What role did Renee Zellweger play in 2001, 2004, and 2016 in romantic comedy movies based on the desperate life of a 30-something single female living in London?
That would be Bridget Jones.
That would be correct.
I had no idea.
Bryce,
Bridget Jones's Diary.
I'm going to ask you this question. In which movie does unemployed Dewey Finn pretend to be substitute teacher Ned Schneebly?
Oh, is that School of Rock?
It is. Way to go, Bryce.
Yeah.
It's Schneebly.
Chandler, who played the Grinch?
Jim Carrey.
All right. Those are the kinds of fastballs I'm going to give you.
Yeah.
Shirley, name the movie based on the Nicholas Sparks 1996 novel of the same name that features the romantic love story of Allie and Noah.
The Notebook?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Bryce.
I've never seen that movie all the way through.
Really? It's pretty good.
I've seen beats.
Beats.
Jeez, what is wrong with me today?
I've seen beats of it.
Bits and pieces of the movie.
Bryce, this sci-fi movie was the highest grossing movie of the 2000s. And it featured, well, they weren't people, but the beings, whatever they were blue. And it's not the Smurfs.
What, early 2000s?
Highest grossing movie of the 2000s. Avatar is correct.
Avatar.
Some people call it Avatar. Some people call it Avatar.
I forgot. I didn't realize it was early 2000s. I guess because they came out with a new one.
It says, what is the highest grossing movie of the 2000s?
Oh, of the 2000s. I swear I heard early in there, but
no. Chandler. Who played the iconic Captain Jack Sparrow in the Pirates of the Caribbean film series?
Johnny Depp.
Way to go, Chandler.
Thank you, buddy.
2 for
Thank
2.
you. That was a tough one.
You are killing it. Shirley, what is the first Lord of the Rings movie called? It's called Lord of the Rings, this.
Fellowship of the Ring.
That is correct.
Oh, well, I would have got that.
Nope.
All right, Bryce, I'm going to go to the comedy category for you.
I've only seen it like 11 times.
11 times.
11 times.
Who went to the club 11 times? Little John. Yin Yang Twins?
It was Yin Yang Twins.
All right.
Yeah.
These are way too easy. Bryce, you ever seen Freaky Friday, 2003 movie?
I've sort of, kind of. I mean,
do you know who played Lindsay Lohan's mom?
I do.
I do.
Jennifer Lawrence played her mom in 2003? No.
I don't know.
No. Shirley, who you got?
That would be one Jamie Lee Curtis.
All right. Bryce, I'll ask you an easier one. 2008 comedy based on two middle-aged losers becoming a blended family when their parents get married.
Oh, Step Brothers.
That is correct.
Let's get ready to say.
Touch my drum set.
Chandler, which 2005 movie followed the lives of two divorce mediators and their unauthorized entries into ceremonies to meet women?
Oh, Chuck and Larry. Wait, what?
No.
Wait, what?
Wait, say it again.
That is a very interesting way to ask this question. Which 2005 movie followed the lives of two divorce mediators and their unauthorized entries into ceremonies to meet women?
Come on. I think you say that.
Unauthorized entries into ceremonies.
I know this. Come on.
That is a great
Two
way.
divorce mediators.
Don't worry about that part. Think about the two guys and their unauthorized entries into ceremonies.
Come
I know that one.
Come on.
And I've never seen it.
You say it, Bryce.
Wedding Crashers.
That is correct.
Oh.
Jeez.
Sorry. That's Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn?
Yeah.
It is. All right, let's see. We go to drama. These are way too easy. Let's see if Chandler knows this one. Which 2000 American survival drama starred a stranded Tom Hanks and his football? Wait, it wasn't a football.
Soccer ball. Or it was a volleyball.
It was a volleyball. This says
Castaway.
football. Yeah.
Jeez.
Castaway is correct.
Wilson!
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
All right, Bryce. In which drama containing autobiographical elements did rapper Eminem make his movie debut in 2002?
Oh, that's well, heck, what's it called?
Can I give him a hint?
And I picture it. It's
There's a number in it.
There's a number in it. That was my hint.
Wow.
Is there a 9? I know I could picture it.
Shirley?
8 Mile.
8
Mile is correct.
8 Mile.
Shirley named the 2002 American historical drama based in New York in 1862, featuring a star cast including Leonardo DiCaprio, Cameron Diaz, and Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh,
I don't think I've seen this movie, but I know
The
of
Gangs
it.
of New York.
That is correct.
Oh.
Well done, Shirley.
I was going to go Great Gatsby.
I was like, The Streets of New York. I was like, no, that's not it.
Bryce, what 2009 drama tells the true story of adopted American football player Michael Orr?
Blindside.
Run the dang ball.
That's correct.
It's my favorite line in that whole movie.
What's the
Hello?
coach's name?
I don't remember the coach's name.
Paul?
Coach Jones or something? I don't know.
I
Maybe
just
I'm thinking
remember
something else.
Sandra Bullock calling him on the sidelines. Run the dang ball.
Bert. Run the dang ball, Bert.
Chandler, which movie sees George Clooney, John Turturro, and Tim Blake play three escaped convict brothers?
Oh, brother, where art thou?
Very good.
The Soggy Bottom Boy.
That is correct.
Hey, true story. When I was in middle school, I was in the chorus, and I had a solo to
Man of Constant Sorrow.
Man of Constant Sorrow.
That's
I had a solo to that thing.
Believe it or not, never seen that movie.
Can't say that I have either, but I am familiar with the song.
Shirley, have you seen James Bond movies?
I've seen most of them, I believe.
Do you know what the 20th film in the James Bond series was called that was released in 2002? It's 3 words.
Okay, 3 words?
Yep.
Oh
Does
no!
anybody
I
wanna
can
take a
see
guess?
it right in I can see it in my mind's eye. It's escaping me right now.
Open your third eye.
I'm trying to
Die Another Day.
Die Another Day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Bryce, great movie here. What is the name of the 2009 war movie directed by Quentin Tarantino, starring Brad Pitt and Christopher Waltz?
Ooh, I remember that one.
Quentin Tarantino film.
Which one's Quentin? I don't really know.
That dude.
Is it have to do with a tank?
No, it's
Scary.
World War II.
With Brad Pitt?
Oh, what is the name of it though? I can see the.
I know he's in
Tropic Thunder is incorrect.
Yes, it is.
It is incorrect.
No, it's not.
Fury's coming to mind, but
Nah. Sure.
The Inglourious Bastards.
Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah, nope.
Great
I
movie.
like that one.
Great movie. Inglourious Beeps. We should have said.
Sorry.
Let's see. Anything else I want to ask you
I want
guys?
another one.
Throw as many as you can at me.
Never heard of that movie.
What movie had white and black, or white dogs with black spots on them? There was
101 Dalmatians.
There you go, Chandler.
All right, that'll conclude. There was one more question I have for Chandler, because this is right up his alley. Oh, I guess I could have asked him the Steve Carell question, but it was, How many comedy movies did Adam Sandler either act in or produce between the years 2000 and 2010?
And he's an Adam Sandler guy.
Jeez.
Take whatever you think it is and multiply by 2 or 3.
All right, I'm gonna go 16.
34.
Holy cow! That's my dude right there. Putting in work.
They're putting in work. And
God, I love Adam Sandler.
Raking in millions.
10 years, 34 movies. That's crazy.
That's a lot. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll go Pirate Radio Outdoors with Bryce Williams. Find out if there's been any turkey tears this week. Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday after this.
Jolene, 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 Jolene.
Getting a Jersey Mike's sub top Mike's way with onion, lettuce, tomatoes, oregano, and the juice is the bee's knees. Actually, it's better than the bee's knees. I mean, what's the purpose of knees on bees? They don't crouch, they just buzz around. But Mike's Way has a purpose, topping your sub the authentic Jersey way. It's the cat's pajamas. Wait, cats don't wear pajamas. Mike's Way is better. Let's just leave it at that. Get your sub top Mike's Way. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Before you hit the road this travel season, be sure to get your tires inspected by the tire guys at Greenville Auto World. The Greenville Auto World service team sells all the top brands and economy tires if you need a new set. Need an oil change, state inspection, or AC repair? Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle, and the monthly oil change special is only $29.99. Make an appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World.
North Carolina State Parks invites you to enjoy camping your way. With the weather changing, booking your own cabin is the perfect solution for your camping getaway. Reserve campsites or cabins today at Jones Lake, Goose Creek, and Cliffs of the Neuse. Whether you enjoy traditional camping or air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi, your next adventure can include hiking, beautiful scenery, and sunsets by the campfire. For information on booking a cabin, visit ncparks.gov.
This is Dr. McGraw from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. For experienced and professional care, call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates.
This is Talbot Green with Integrity Home Mortgage. Are you ready and pre-approved if the home you want to purchase comes for sale today? Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans, plus construction and lot loans. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir offers over 50 years of experience.
To get started, call me, Braxton Green, at 526-8260.
Braxton Green, NMLS 222-3878. For informational purposes only, Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender, NMLS 208516.
Welcome to Russell's Spring Style. Our screen door says welcome to a beautiful selection of new apparel for men and women. The spring colors are bold and beautiful. Men, make your next suit or sport coat purchase easy with in-house alterations to assure a great fit. Ladies, it's Russell's for the best selection in dresses, tops, and slacks for most any occasion. Russell and Rhonda work hard to make Russell's in downtown Washington your shopping destination. It's all about you, our friends and customers at Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting Pirates.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494. For East Coast Grading and
Utilities.
This is Kim McNeil, head women's basketball coach at East Carolina University, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a quick look at your stock market report for today. If I could get the numbers to load here. The Dow slipped 10 points and closed out the day at 33,976. The NASDAQ went down 4 points at 12,153. The S&P, however, was up 3 points at 4,154. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report for a personal look into investing. Call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now, back to Clip.
All right. Thank you, Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt, Bryce Williams here. Bryce, did you know that I'm simultaneously hosting a radio program and providing a civic duty?
I did not know that.
I am on call. I'm on jury duty this week.
Nice.
I was there almost all day yesterday. They let me go. I didn't have to go in at all today. I got a call tomorrow to see if I have to go back in.
Nice.
So I will. I'm serving my state, my country. With my jury duty this week. I think I made 12 smackers yesterday.
$12, that's what it is.
12 smackers.
$12.
Yep. All right, Bryce, let's go outdoors. Tell us what you've been up to this week.
Man, we've been after the turkeys. We have been multiple times, had pretty, several encounters. Some of them obviously haven't really gone as well because it's from a far distance we've seen them, but let
me interrupt you for a second, Bryce.
Yep.
What's the maximum distance? Okay, give me a good distance to shoot at and a max distance.
That's funny you asked that question.
Okay.
Because, honestly, they got guns that are with the right chokes and ammo and, things like that. There's a lot of variable stuff, but, you can reach out and touch birds at probably 60 yards maybe.
Reach out and touch.
I don't really think that's preferred. Ideally you want to get them as close as possible. But for me, I'd probably farthest I'd go is like a 35.
Okay.
35, 40, and that's probably just about it.
If you get them within 20 to 30, you're feeling good.
Oh, for sure. Okay. And so we had, been turkey hunting a lot. We haven't been skunked as far as seeing them, but we have seen them just, obviously trying to get them in or locate them and stuff, has been the issue. But I was able to get my buddy on a turkey. It was actually the first bird I've actually got the chance to call in, so that was really cool. He shot one Friday, and that was a good time. They were firing off probably 150 some yards off in a clear cut. We were sitting on a logging road, and patience took a lot of it, and you're calling, you want to kind of call back a little bit, or like kind of maybe just direct the noise down to make that tom think, man, that hen, she's going away. Because if you call at it, ideally the hen's supposed to go to the tom. Well, you're playing hard to get, so you're acting like she's leaving or you're leaving. So they come, and sure enough, man, we saw them finally could see through the woods at about 80 yards because the road kind of did a turn. And as soon as I saw them in that thin patch of woods coming up the road, I said, buddy, get ready. And sure enough, they were just firing off the whole way to us until it was night time. And smoked them, and it was great. That was super exciting. There was a second one with them, so hindsight, I should have sat still because most of the time the second bird that's with them will kind of get curious and go check it out. And I could have shot one, but he shot, and I was like, hyped up, so I jumped out of the side of the woods and bam, 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 and he was, obviously if I'm running out of the woods and he's about 25, 30 yards out, he took off running and fortunately didn't get him there. And then we had a hunt Sunday morning. it was eventful. Heard a bunch of birds gobbling, got some in close, but couldn't really see them, and they spooked off. And then another tom came in about 150, was hung up about, because we're trying to get my father-in-law one, because he hasn't shot a tom yet. And, a nice bird comes in, but he sees our strutting decoy, and Jake was there, and he was strutting, so it's kind of made him think, wait, maybe there's two male birds. I don't want to get into this fight. If there's two against one, it's pretty much what was our thinking. So he hems up about 60-some yards out. Then kind of closes his feather, starts wandering back like he's leaving. And my buddy said, "Can you think you'd shoot him?" I said, "I think he's in my range." Well, Jay decided, he heard that. He said, "Well, heck, I want, out of nowhere, boom, boom, shoots." Needless to say, did not hit him. And that bird, we stepped it off, was at least 65 yards.
He was going from way downtown.
And I was kind of like, dadgummit, Jay,
You got to pass the ball.
You got to pass the ball or just live to fight another day.
Oh, yeah.
Because turkeys are weary and they can get spooked off of a property or an area. So, but hey, he was anxious and didn't want to lose. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
That is true.
So the pursuit continues for the elusive wild turkey.
There you go. Bryce Williams, Pirate Radio Outdoors Turkey Season Edition. Here on the show. Bryce, thanks for joining us.
Yes,
Hope you can enjoy this lovely weather.
Oh, yes.
Had to maybe get on some water or something.
We did go on the water
good
Saturday.
Deal. We'll catch up with you next week.
All right. Thank y'all.
And we'll see you fine folks Wednesday, 3 o'clock, all new edition of Pirate Radio Live. For Shirley Rhodes, Chan Man, Bryce, and the crew, I'm Clip Brock. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice